Peace, everybody, and welcome to the DOD 45. Today's guest is Jesse the Tree. Yes, you heard me correctly. It's Jesse the Tree.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD 45.
This is the DOD 45 podcast, drawing over discussions 45 minutes with a special guest. Welcome. I'm your host and resident artist, Ty of Art by Ty, and with my co-host, Adrian Taiwali'i, we're having conversations with people who I admire and am inspired by. On this episode, I'll set a 45-minute timer, put my pen to the paper, and we'll learn about our guest through an interview-style discussion. So stay right here with us to experience some laughs and maybe even learn a thing or two.
DOD 45.
Okay, hey, yeah, what?
You can say
Hi. Hey-o. What I want to do is I want to go, hey-o.
You can't do that.
I know. That's what I want to do. Hey-yo. Can't do that?
You can't do that.
Why not? Yo, 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 yo. Alrighty then. I need some sort of catchphrase entrance. What could it be? Hey there. Maybe someone could send out... Maybe somebody could send us something, or... No, I should come up with my own. Or does it even matter? Well, here we are. Adrian. Back to... Are you writing down a catchphrase for me? No? I need something, though, like to come in to say hi.
Just say hi, Adrian.
Hi, Adrian. No?
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that.
Hello, everybody.
No.
No?
You don't have to be a douche. You just say hi.
Oh, okay. Hi. So here we are. Adrian, how are you today?
I'm good. I was just thinking I just ran in the house real quick to get my note, and I started singing that song again, that NoFX song.
Oh, I didn't even listen to that. You didn't send it to me.
Oi, oi, we are the Brews.
Oh.
When we were in Portland, you said, hey, look, there's a Doc Martin building. And then the second you said that lyric, Dr. Martin's good for waffle making, kicking in the... And I couldn't figure out what the next lyric was. Was that mud? What was it? I don't know. This has been happening to me a lot. So I looked it up, listened to the song, read the lyrics as I listened, which was interesting. Because a lot of it's in Hebrew, or they use a lot of like those kind of words. Anyway, that song has been stuck in my head for almost 2 weeks now. I wake up and
all day, all night, Adrian's walking around. Oi, 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 oi.
And I wake up and I'm scared that I'm a teenager again. It's like it's having PTSD effects on me.
You don't like being a teenager?
It's not no effects, it's PTSD
I think
effects.
most people would like to be back in their teenage years.
No, I much prefer to be an adult than a teen.
Well, you know that NoFX is they're calling it quits. This is their last year together.
I didn't realize, because it had been like 20 years since I'd listened to him. I didn't realize that the singer guy is British, or maybe that's not really.
Oi, oi, oi. Is that why?
He sings with an accent, so maybe it's fake.
Today, I'm on the show. Was that it? Was there anything else you were going to say?
You're kind of loud.
I'm talking a little bit louder because I noticed when I listened to the episode that we just did with DJ Criminal, I was coming in a little quiet. So I am talking a little louder than I normally would. Oh, so our guest is Jesse the Tree. And you've already been told that, but I had the story I wanted to say. His name is Jesse Ramos. And I was thinking of the last name Ramos. And I don't really know a whole lot of Ramos, but I do know Chesky Ramos.
It's like Smith. It's a big last name.
Right. I just don't know a lot of them, that last name. But I had a neighbor that lived across the street from me. And his name was, I won't say his first name, but his last name was Ramos. And I used, for a long time, most of my existence, I've felt like I wasn't a bully. I don't think I was a bully. I was really nice to people, but oh my God, I bullied this kid like crazy. you know, I loved horror movies, and I had like dead bodies and fake heads and blood and all that all over my bedroom because I wanted to be a special effects artist. So I had all this craziness in my bedroom.
By dead bodies, do you mean like dead kittens?
No, God, no, I wasn't a lunatic. I was just, I loved horror movies, and had like all my walls were Freddy Krueger and Jason and Halloween and Pumpkinhead, like just everything, and blood and guts everywhere. But because of the special effects, that's why. We used to make these things that you could make look like pencils stabbed through your hand with some latex and some fake blood and all that, you know? Anyway, this kid was terrified of like scary movies. And I remember I had a birthday party once and invited him over. We weren't like friends. He was just a neighbor kid. But I chased him out of the house with a Freddy mask and a Freddy glove. And he was crying and bawling. And he was always afraid of my house and afraid of me. And that sucks. It's kind of a bummer I did that. But anyway. So
that doesn't surprise me at all.
That I bullied it? I wasn't really a bully. I was just, it was funny to me.
You are kind of a bully, because I'll say something and you'll go re-say it in a weird voice back to me, like as if I said something that way.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No. If I'm doing it, I'm like, is that a real
you think
word?
It's funny. I hate this chair. Can you just pause real quick? I hate this chair. Is that bad? It hurt my back yesterday.
Well, switch it out quickly.
I am.
We're still on. We're going to stay on. Because while she's doing that, I'm going to defend myself. I'm not a bully. I'm really kind to people. Super kind. But I did have some moments when I was younger when I was kind of a bully, but out of like, I want to say like out of to be cool or something. So another thing. So our guest today is Jesse the Tree. And do you know the tree of Jesse? Do you know that story? The tree of Jesse?
Is it the Jesus tree?
I don't know if that's why Jesse the Tree is Jesse the Tree, but I don't know anything about religious or especially Catholicism. But yeah, Jesse, or the tree of Jesse, is from Isaiah 11:1. A shoot shall come out from the stump of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out his roots.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, Jesse was the father of David. That was Israel's greatest king. And Jesus is descended from the line of David. He is the branch God promised would grow from Jesse's family tree. So do you think that Jesse is Jesse the Tree from that?
All I know is I have a brother named Jesse, and I like trees. So I should like this guy. I don't know what hullabaloo it's just kidding to all those people who are faithful, but I don't know what you just said. I couldn't pay attention to that. I tried.
It was like 20 seconds.
I know, but you're talking about branches coming out of your ribs or something.
No. You just made that up. Branches coming from your ribs? You just made that up.
Out of his side, hip.
I didn't say any of that. You just totally made that up. And I think you made it up based off of the ribs, that other story, the Adam and Eve story.
Wait, okay. Just tell me again what you said.
I was saying that they said a branch will grow from its roots.
Oh, I thought you said it's ribs. Of Jesse. Jesse's ribs.
No. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. That was it. I thought you would have known that because you're Catholic.
If there's one thing you personally know about me, it's that I can't memorize anything. So when I went to, what did they call that thing on Wednesdays that I went to?
Mass? No. Church?
Catechism, I think it was. I couldn't figure out what they were talking about all the time. There were too many Marys. There were just too many people involved. And I couldn't keep track of who was supposed to be who.
Well, yeah, but you tend to know those names. Like, do you know who Isaiah is?
No.
I don't either. He's someone in the Bible though, right? I mean, obviously.
I never read the Bible. I would like to. I like religion.
Yeah, you pay
you
pay so much attention to
I
that.
know more about other religions than I do the one I was kicked out of, but
What's that noise?
might be me playing with the drawers. Sorry. Also, I'll hold still.
Did you do that in school?
I just kicked my foot. I don't know. I don't know what I did in school.
I'm curious
you know
if
what
you
I
fidget.
did?
Did you fidget a lot in school?
You know what I did in school is what I just did with you. I decided.
Didn't pay attention. 20 seconds. I was fucking 10. In fact, I was like, I said the first 4 words and I could see your eyes just glossing over.
Hey, I've seen you in a church, and you
I
do
draw.
the exact same thing.
Oh, I check out. Especially, I like to hear people when they're talking, but as soon as it goes into like, for lack of a better term, we'll use your term, hullabaloo. Yeah, no, yeah. When we go to we've been to so many funerals, it's crazy. But yeah, I like enjoy the funeral when people are talking about the memory that they have, or like telling specific stories. But the moment it's something like it becomes some sort of how do I say this? You know what I'm saying?
Spiritual.
Well, yeah. Well, no, not spiritual, because spirituals, I can get down with some spiritual.
Religious.
I guess maybe as soon as it starts going to like, and
A shoot shall come out from the stump of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
I would have done exactly what you did, because that was right when you. I had like it was like one sentence, a fragment of a sentence, and the second I said Isaiah 11:1. Your eyes just went. Whoa?
Yeah, that was math. Numbers. That'll get me every time.
What is that? 11:1. That's chapter 11, verse 1, right?
I've never read any sort of
When,
testaments.
when people do those, so like Deuteronomy 32, I have a piece called Deuteronomy
what happened-
25:32.
Are different people. So this is probably like what, King James or something. He wrote. I don't know. Chesky should be on here for this one. He was the scholar. But I think he wrote rules of the law based on his findings of religion.
Yeah, but why are you going into that?
Because they're kind of like laws.
But I'm talking the number thing when it says like
It's like a chapter.
11:2.
It's like chapters and paragraphs.
I think
I don't know.
it's chapter 11, verse 2.
So-
So this Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1. I think that's what that is. Isaiah 11:1.
A shoot shall come out from the stump of Jesse.
That doesn't sound.
Stump. I thought it was
Yeah.
stomach, maybe.
Well, here's the thing. When we're doing an episode, I kind of get an idea of what I'm going to draw based off of. Well, now I'm asking the guests, like, what sort of things do you like? And they'll tell me. And so I'll kind of get a thing in my head of what it's going to kind of look like. And so what I can see in my head, I was looking up some stuff to talk to Jesse about. So I just Googled Jesse the tree, and all this, like, you know, the tree of Jesse stuff came up. And one of the things that I was going to do in my head was this tree, obviously because tree's in the name, but I was going to do something that had like the sprouting of, well, I'm not going to say it because I'm going to draw it and let him see it. But I thought it was kind of weird that happened. Ah, boy, I didn't make any sense there, did I?
Well, we don't know what you're going to draw, so.
Yeah, that's the problem. I
mean,
see
you could
it.
just tell us because we're here. with
Well, there's just a tree that's growing out, but then I'm doing like an anchor coming out of the bottom. But he
like
has
a
this
ship anchor.
Yeah, but he posts this picture of his dad, and his dad's like this really kind of tall and I want to say lanky, not lanky, but this tall guy. But it's the same. When I was scrolling through his Instagram, it was like I'd see the same picture of his dad a lot. So I read the caption on the last one. He said, "I post this picture every Father's Day because I love this picture of my dad." I'm pretty sure his dad's still alive, but that's what I'm going to draw. I'm going to try to draw his dad. You know, I don't draw people very well, but I'm going to try to draw his dad in there.
You do. You Draw people
but I don't
very
draw
well.
their portraits. Like I don't unless I know. Oh shit!
You did
I
a
don't
good
know.
Anthony Bourdain. You done good Bob Marley.
You're far from your mic, but yeah, those are people that I know. I mean, I don't know them personally, but yeah, it's a little easier for me to do that than someone I just saw a picture of. But I'm gonna try it. But anyway, yeah. So it kind of felt like that branch, the roots, the anchor is kind of like, you know, your father's like the anchor of the, what do they call it? The patriarch of the family. But shit, I don't know. So what else? So we're gonna be joined by Jesse pretty soon. And Adrian's coming at me with...
Nothing. We could have probably just taken a break.
Oh,
Oh, here he is.
you want to take a break real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break and come back with Jesse the Tree.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
DOD 45.
Hot sauce.
Your favorite foods with Hob Sauce's award-winning flavors. Create your own 4-pack at hobsauces.com. Not only do they make dope hot sauce, they collaborate with dope artists for their labels and flavors, including myself, Atmosphere, Aesop Rock, Crayola, Rob Sonic, and so many more. We love Hob Sauce over here at DOD 45 and damn near put it on everything we eat. We got extra bottles in the car, Adrian has one in her purse, I have an emergency bottle in my backpack, and if you're ever running out, we always have a bottle available of the garlic turmeric, which I did the octopus label for, here at my gallery in Hannibal, Missouri. Hit it, Bobby.
Have sauce. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Put it on your food.
Hot sauce.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the world. My name is Tony, and I have a podcast, too. I know what you're saying. I already know. Okay, but I have a podcast, too. Just like you, just like your grandma, just like your grandma's neighbor. We all have podcasts, except mine is different. I'm different. I was born different. The Speaker Face podcast is fun. It will teach you probably nothing. You cannot smell it, and you definitely can taste it. Speaker Face podcast by me, AWOL1, and I talk to my friends, I talk to musicians, artists, all kinds of creative people, all kinds of human beings. I do like little songs and little freestyles and skits. And so after you're done listening to DOD 45 with my man Ty, which is a very, 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 very interesting podcast that you should religiously watch and listen to. After you're done, check out speakerface.store for the Speakerface podcast. And you could also listen to it wherever other podcasts are podcasting. You know what I'm saying? So check it out, Speakerface podcast. Your life will be better. I don't promise. Speaker Face Podcast.
Here's a little story that must be told. Hey, we are stoked to be starting a relationship with Brim of the World and look forward to building on our partnership with them in the future. Listen, I almost never go without a hat, so hooking up with Brim of the World was a no-brainer. As far as your situation goes, you know your head is looking pretty chump these days, and it's time to throw some headgear on there. And I'm not talking braces headgear, I'm talking about hats. And Bot World, aka Brim of the World, has a treasure trove of headwear to pick from, so check them out at brimoftheworld.com. And also check out their SCD collection. SCD is Seek, Conquer, Destroy, and it's their action sports brand. Seek wisdom to conquer all obstacles and destroy anything that tries to stand in your way for success. Also check out their Aliens Built Earth clothing line. Super dope clothing line. I rock their hoodies and shirts all the damn time. Aliens Built Earth was born with the notion and belief that aliens built Earth You'll find some type of clothing or headwear from these cats on me at almost all times, and that was before DOD 45 partnered with them. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Head over to brimoftheworld.com and start building your wardrobe now. And I just noticed they're offering free shipping in the US, so I mean, really, can you beat that? No, you cannot. Hey, it's me, Ty, just popping on real quick to let you know that my art is available for purchase at artbyty.com. So if you like what you're seeing or you want to support this podcast, the best way for you to do that is by picking up a print or an original on my website. If you're not quite ready for a purchase, but you still want to help out, go ahead and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you stream from. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll never miss an episode. All right, enough of all that. Now let's get back to the show.
DOD 45.
Oh, look at that. That's cute. That's adorable. Snoopy and Charlie. What's Charlie Brown's other name? They call him something else too, right?
Chuck.
Hey yo, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sounds good. It's loud enough.
Just fine. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
We was just talking about on your screen as you were coming in. It was a picture of Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Yes,
Pretty
my
adorable.
guys. I love them. I got a. I don't know if you can see it. Charlie, the little Snoopy tat right there.
Oh yeah,
Holding the
he's pretty
mushroom.
awesome.
He's cool. He's just a sweet little guy.
Unless I'm drawing him, I drew him once, and he had a, and he's like, he has like a Mac 10. No, it was Charlie Brown with a Mac 10. I don't know.
Oh, I need that.
But didn't Charlie Brown don't they call him? What's the nickname, Nick? What's his nickname?
Chuck.
No, they call him like, or the comic. The comic is called Peanuts.
Peanuts. Yep. Chuck is what like Peppermint Patty called him. Oh, a lot of people call him Chuck though.
Oh, they did call him Chuck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't realize that.
Good old Chucky.
Well, hey man, thanks for joining us on the show. It's awesome to have you here with us.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. I like your hat.
Oh yeah. Well, look, I
Pretty
tend to go. So I'm wearing a black lick shirt and a sage hat.
Perfect. You got it all. It's nice to see you both. Thank you so much for having me.
There's no bullshit. I've listened to Pigeon, man. That's your new album. I've probably listened to it maybe 30 times. I listened to it today on my run, just from the beginning till the end.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm so glad you like it. I know
good,
you got
man.
good taste, so that means it's all right.
No, it's good, man. You got good verse on there. I was gonna say there's on one of your songs. I was actually gonna bring it up a little bit later, but there's the song Apples and Anchors.
Yeah.
And so where I go for a run, it crosses over train tracks, and there's a train that sometimes if we run down on that side, if the train's coming, you'll get stuck there. Like the train will stop.
Yeah.
Well, I was running and listening to your album, and I was just kind of zoned out listening to the album. And I'm running, and I fucking hear this train like right in my ear, the sound of a train. And I thought, I was just zoned out. I look up and I thought I was gonna get hit by a fucking train, but there's no train. It's the sound effect on on that track.
Team riding in between the cars while we gallop on the iron horse, gliding across the rooftops. Voice off from the protest, fuck the blue cops. How do I express? Like an uptown A train, city gon' hit you like a runaway freight train.
That's like when you're driving in the car stoned and you hear the police sirens on the track and you're like, oh no. Same kind of deal.
Yeah, no, I totally like looked up and thought, fuck, I'm going to get hit. Yeah, because it was, I don't know. I was going to get into that later, but we were already there, so.
Traumatizing train experiences.
I was running, well, this is kind of on subject, and I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with anything, but I was running up there, and I'm all alone. And I don't know what I was listening to, but it sounded like a pterodactyl was coming down.
What do pterodactyls sound like?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to find that song. It seemed like it was.
Maybe somebody sampled
we
a
need that.
pterodactyl.
I know. Somebody back in the 7000 AD or BC type of time. They probably sounded absolutely horrific.
Oh
Pterodactyls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a major screech, roar type of thing.
And
They had feathers too.
whoosh.
Yeah, but that's why when I hear it, when I think, like, what if they just sounded like an adorable bird? Like,
Yeah.
just
Maybe
whistle
they
like
were
a-
nice too.
I think the images that we see of them, they're not nice. Yeah, like vultures aren't really all that nice.
No, vultures, they're definitely related. They have to be. There has to be some sort of lineage there.
For sure.
Vultures are freaky.
All of the dinosaurs are birds or some shit?
That would make sense. Yeah.
All
Well, they all had feathers.
All
yeah.
of the birds are dinosaurs.
Yeah, we get the cute version. We get
Yeah.
the cute versions of them.
That's cool. Speaking of birds, your album is called Pigeon Man.
Yeah.
That's well, I'll get into that later. But because those are birds, pigeons.
Yeah.
I was going to get
They
into
count.
Yeah, I'll get into that a little bit later. But well, okay. So yeah, no, it's awesome to have you on. Things are good for you. Everything's going all right.
Things are good. Busy. Work. I'm back in school. So full weeks. Now just trying to find time for music in between that.
What are you in school for?
I'm in my last year. I'm getting my master's in clinical social work at Rhode
good for
Island
you.
College. I'm just about done. So just trudging through the last year. Tired, but it'll be worth it. So
So
if you
what
need
was-
like therapy and whatnot.
Oh, okay. What will you do after that? Is that what the plan is? Therapy?
I think, yeah, like maybe some private therapy stuff, maybe school counsel, school counseling, school social work, something like that, working with kids, school psychology type of stuff. So,
Oh, good for you. That's awesome.
whatever schedule I can make that doesn't kill me.
So you said this is your final year for your master's. What is it? A 4-year pro or like a 4-year pro? 5?
It's you can get it done in 2, but I've gone part-time because I work, so do like night classes and whatnot. So it's taken me 4 years.
Well, cool. Do you like school? I mean, how long have you been out of like school? You
High
graduated
Well, I went
high
to-
school.
I went to undergrad, like I graduated in 2014. I went for like English and teaching, but I didn't really like that. And then I went back 5 years later. So I took like 5 years off. I don't love it. Some days I really like it a lot. Like I like the discussion and I like some of the stuff we read and learn about. But just like homework is, that I haven't liked it since I was a small child. It never grew on me. But
we
I
have
like
a
the
friend-
actual class.
Sure. Do you like the structure of that? Because that's what I was going to say. We have a friend that he's got 4 or 5 bachelor degrees. Is that what they're called? Bachelor degrees?
I think he's at this point got his doctorate.
But he's
Yeah.
the type that school was after graduating high school, he needed to keep school. Otherwise he was a mess. But he liked that schooling, that structure of like, hey, I got to this and this and this. I guess.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much I like that. Like knowing that I'm like, oh, I have class tonight, so I got to read. I got to do some writing. It keeps everything else kind of flowing, which is nice. So, for me, I'm all over the place, so that helps me a lot.
Yeah, I tend to think that that's usually why people that can continue and go into school, they sort of like that.
You get used to it too,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, there's definitely when I'm not in school, I'm like, I don't know what to do with all this
Right.
time. I find things to do, but they're not productive usually.
That's well, but our friend when we're speaking of, he listens to the show, so I'll keep it light. But oh boy, that dude hit
Totally.
rock bottom.
Been there, baby.
But now he runs a
Kind of does what you're doing.
he runs
Or planning to do.
what do you
Well, he was
rehab?
running.
He runs a rehab center.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love
He does
stuff like
social
that,
work
too.
with them, yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's cool. That's
Very
good. Well,
cool.
good for you, man. Like to
Thank
hear
you,
it.
man.
Yeah, one of the things that we like to do on the show is just get to know people better, not just through like, oh, you got an album coming out, we'll talk about every single song on there. Like,
Yeah,
the way we get to know people is by having a conversation with them. So,
it's my favorite kind.
yeah.
Cool.
All right, well, I'm going to set the timer so we know that we got some time. It just keeps me in so I can not ramble, and then I know exactly where I need to be. I have an idea for a drawing for you, but now recently I've just kind of been going. I'm just going to do it right here. I don't need to keep explaining this because I keep explaining on every episode, but I am just going to go for it. So I like to start out with these first Sophie's Choice questions that are specific to you. Jesse the Body Ventura or Jesse Eisenberg?
Jesse Eisenberg is who is that?
He played the.
Oh, is that Jesse Pinkman?
No, he's
Jesse
in the
Eisenberg. Is that the kid with curly hair?
Yeah, and he kind of reminds me of Michael Cera a little bit.
Yes, he's in Zombieland.
Yes, he's in Zombieland.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't remember Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura is like super conspiracy guy.
He's
right?
gone
like
that way. Yes, he's
yeah.
definitely gone a little crazy.
I'm gonna go safe choice. Jesse Eisenberg. He seems like a nice enough kid. Like I like his hairdo. You know what I mean? He seems like he'd be. Too. Yeah, he's underrated. I think.
Yeah,
Jesse Eisenberg. I'm gonna stick with him. I don't know. Maybe if I knew more about Jesse Ventura's wrestling career.
Well, and he was in, and Jesse Ventura was in Predator, the movie Predator.
Oh shit, was he? Wow.
Yeah,
that gives him some points.
Yeah, but, and it was he was good in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got some pretty crazy ones. But
yeah, I remember that he have a show all about conspiracies.
They were trying to find the place where they do the cloning or. He did have a show on HBO, I think. I don't know. Some of his ones were not too crazy, but there were a lot that were kind of hard to get.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
But he was also apparently people liked him as governor in Minnesota. So
Minnesota, that's where he was at. Yeah, I could see him being a rational guy.
Yeah, I mean wrestlers.
Maybe Jesse Eisenberg would be a good governor.
Maybe, or he'd definitely be a better governor than a wrestler, I think.
Yes, they got all. He could do like the featherweight type of stuff. All the celebrities box and wrestle now, so it's like
even Open Mike Eagle.
yeah, that's sick. All the athletes are doing it now too.
Yeah, it's the thing to do.
Yeah, it's going to be my new
your next. Yeah, that's where you're headed.
And I already got the wrestling name. Pigeon Man is perfect.
That's for
off
sure.
The top rope.
Is there any correlation with the tree of Jesse in your choice of Jesse the tree, or is it because you're tall and big and?
It's tall, big, and then like my last name is Ramos, which in Portuguese means olive branch. So it was all these things where I was like, and I always liked like the trees in Lord of the Rings, like the tree people guys and that. Just like that.
Are you aware of the tree of Jesse?
I was not until after I picked that, and because I'll like look up my name and see if anybody like posted my album and stuff, and it's just like a bunch of people like the tree of Jesse.
Yep, that's what I found today.
Oh shit! I gotta get some of that crossover. You know?
So we had a discussion. On the intro. We had a little bit of a discussion about the tree of Jesse.
We tried to.
I couldn't even tell you.
The second religion comes up. Adrian glosses over. So like 2 seconds into what I was reading, what I was talking about, she was like, "What? I didn't hear anything you just said."
But yeah, maybe I could get some of those. I don't know if they're what Christian is that like a Christian thing?
It's a Catholic.
Catholic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll get some Catholic fans.
As they're trying to search for the tree of Jesse.
That's what I was thinking. Then they find my music.
Well, that's okay.
That's cool.
So how about Jesse's Girl or Uncle Jesse Tanner?
Ooh, oh man, Uncle Jesse's handsome dude.
He certainly is.
Really handsome dude, and he's had a pretty smooth career. Jesse's Girl, that was just, I grew up hearing that too much. You know what I
Is it
mean? Like,
obnoxious?
oh, like, it was that was the song I got.
Yeah.
Jesse's Girl. You know, if like I ever was, and then if I ever had, you know, was talking to a girl, that was the thing for them. And then I'm gonna go with Jesse, Uncle Jesse.
Good choice.
What's his real name?
Howard's friends with him, Adrian.
He's also, well, he's pretty talented, right? He does acting and a drummer. He's a drummer.
He's the drummer for the Beach Boys. He's
and he's
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, he's the drummer for the Beach Boys.
The triple threat.
Why am I forgetting his name? He is, I mean, and he's super handsome.
Yeah, he's got the like that perfect hair,
Yeah. And
His-
he's,
eyebrows.
he was married to
Aunt Becky,
Stamos.
however, has some
Shit,
problems.
he
John
had
Stamos.
Yeah, John Stamos.
And
John
that
Stamos
rhymes-
and
that
Jesse
rhymes with my
Ramos.
name.
Well, maybe it's John Stamos.
John Stamos. That's not that sexy though.
No,
Stamos.
it's not.
It's really not.
It worked for Ramos.
Yeah. No, Stamos. It's just scary.
Yeah, it's like sounds like Stump. Speaking
Stump.
of trees, yeah, Stump's just not a great.
But mustache, Jesse the Stump.
You were that?
No, I mean, maybe if somebody ever wanted to diss me though,
Yeah, that's a good one, huh?
right?
Yeah, if they wanted
They're
to
like,
diss,
"Jesse,
like,
I
we
cut you
cut
down,
to
Jesse the Stump."
Yep, exactly.
You're a little
Wow.
boy, Jesse the Shrub. You know, like
Yeah.
they could just go on and on.
You're giving them all that fuel now, man.
I
Do you
know.
do you do battle rapping?
No, I would do it for fun when I was younger. I like it. I like watching it. I have a lot of friends who do it. And I'm always like tempted because they have like local battles and like local tournaments and stuff, and I always want to like do it. But I don't know. I'm really lanky and I've got a big nose and
Too much.
kind of got a
fuel for
unibrow.
'em.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, like I think I could handle it. I'm not too phased.
Are you?
But I would like to do it.
Do you feel like are you good off the top, or do you like to
I'm
have
good,
some time to
yeah.
put it down?
I prefer writing always.
Yeah.
Always prefer writing.
Were you on a slam team or something?
I did tons of poetry stuff from like 18 to like probably 25. I was doing slam teams, like the Providence Poetry Slam. You know, I ran like I directed the poetry slam at my undergrad college, so I
Nice.
loved that. But I kind of like just like regular ass poetry even more, just like cool, cute nature poetry, like Mary Oliver, you know, stuff like that. But I like poetry readings. If I was ever gonna read poetry again, it'd be like at a dusty library.
Right, like a
You know what I
nice
mean?
little just yeah, hear my words. I don't need to scream them at you.
Yeah, like a nook. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Or
I
like
tend to
a
like those a little bit better too. We have a poetry night. We don't ever really go. It's a lot of
We try to go
yeah, but they have one here and on Saturday.
in small town in Missouri.
Yeah. And I've said it
yeah,
before on episodes, but my aunt was one of the founders of slam poetry in Chicago.
get out.
I was around it a lot, and I was around poetry a lot and loved
What
it.
was it, like the Get Me High Lounge?
I don't
Or something
remember.
in Chicago?
I don't remember where they were. I just when I was young and she didn't have kids, so I would fly out there and she'd put me up and take me to these poetry like these slam poetry, and I would be able to read my poems and like we would
Oh,
go
that's
on
sick.
the radio shows because she was famous, and I would be able to read my poem on college radio, and I was like 12.
What were you
Right.
writing about back then?
I was
You gotta pull that out.
It was I have a lot of them. A lot of them are heartbreak or then I would at that time too. I was also beginning to get into gangster rap, so sometimes I was
Yeah.
getting into kind of ghetto dumb shit.
Gangster heartbreak poem.
yeah. But poetry's cool, man. I was happy to see that. I think when I was just kind of searching around, I saw you were like a slam, some sort of slam poetry thing or something. But
Yeah. Yeah, and I like writing, you know, just in general. Sometimes like if I'm getting sick of just writing verses and stuff, I'll just write poems and just kind of
do you
stash them.
approach those differently?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes there's like a middle ground where I'll be like, I'll start as a poem and then I'll be like, this could kind of work as a song. I like to sing too, so sometimes if I'm writing a poem, I just focus less on like the structure of the rhymes mostly, and like blending in with the beat. So I like to write to a beat and preferably the one that I'm gonna put the verses on. But just poetry is nice because you can just pick it up, just scribble crap in my phone, you know,
And you can write
no,
anything.
anything, and nobody will know. Weird shit, gangster heartbreak poems in my phone.
But yeah, I guess
Full of them.
do you tend to when you're if you're writing lyrics, do you find that you end up kind of getting stuck to like wanting to have a structure or a perfect amount of syllables or
Yeah,
do you feel like a kind of constricted to write what you want to really write?
I'll like write pretty messy for at first to the beat because I don't want to cut anything out in terms of the ideas and whatnot, but then I'll go through and like slowly take out unnecessary words, stuff like that. So usually I'll just write whatever and then go back and edit it before I record anything. That way it's not like all robotic because that's not fun. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Well, I like your writing, man.
thank you so much,
I
man.
really do. I want to ask you. I know. Well, being an artist myself, like one of my least favorite questions when people want to ask me something specific about something that I've drawn. So I ask you this with that in mind because I hate to do it, but I really want to ask the specific lyric. 'Cause
I might like it though.
I really like this lyric, and I don't know where it goes or what it is, but I just kind of want to. I like the sound of it. Now I
Yeah.
don't know if it has a specific meaning, but I really love the way it comes out. It's like the first lyric in Shakedown Street, right?
Yeah.
Cal Ripken in the pocket, cue ball in the glove.
Pardon me, bruv. Cal rip in the pocket, cue ball in the glove. Threw salt in the slug.
I love the way it comes out. I love.
Yeah.
and
That's a
I'm
fan
thinking-
favorite right there.
Yeah.
Wait, slow it down. Can you say it again?
I'll let you, Jesse.
Cal rip in the pocket, cue ball in the glove.
Cows.
I forget what I said. Cal Rip. It was he used to play third baseman on the Orioles. His name was Cal Ripken.
Oh.
And he played so he like they call the third base like the pocket, and then like the pocket of like a pool table. You know what I mean too. So it's like a corner of a pool table, corner of a baseball field. And then like he played forever, so I was like, "Oh, rhyme for just stupid
Oh, it
shit."
sounded no, it was dope because I knew you were talking about Cal Ripken, but I didn't know that they called the third base the pocket. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I
then,
had this
like-
brief moment thinking like, does that mean I got a gat in my pocket?
Oh yeah, I mean,
why
hey, if
did
people
he-
want to think that.
No,
cool.
no, but it sounds like because the way it comes, it's like Cal Ripken in the pocket, Q in the
Yeah.
glove, and then I was thinking like in the glove box.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
See,
'cause
that's
you
why
said
it's
it-
so cool.
Yeah, because you said the Q in the glove, but now I get it. Like, but wait,
Yeah.
you say the Q in the glove?
So I go. So I'm gonna. This is when I was writing it. I thought Cal Rip in the pocket, and in the pocket, obviously, like when you're rhyming and you're in a pocket
Yeah,
with your
yeah.
rhyming. So that was my intention there, and then I was like, what else goes with pocket? And then cue ball in the glove, like the ball obviously the one you shoot with in pool. So just kind of like directing the game from my corner
Oh,
is
yeah.
what. And then
No, it's a
Cal
good-
Ripken like longevity because he played forever. And
I mean, just even the what's the word like like words like hard words. I don't know what the term was for that, but like
it's like sharp.
it's sharp. Like I fucking,
Yeah.
and I think those are almost the first. That's like the first the first lyrics of the album. Like they come really hard. I like it. I don't know. I love it. It comes
No,
off
that's awesome.
really sharp.
It's funny because a few people have said that. They're like, "What's that? Cal Ripken the pocket." It was one of the first lines I wrote for the whole album too.
It's dope. You know what I like about it too, because you're saying Cal Rip in the pocket, right?
Yeah,
But it works even Cal Ripken in the pocket because
Yes.
Cal Ripken. I don't know.
admittedly, I wasn't thinking super heavy on that line, but it sounds like I really was. So, I'll admit that to you. But
Oh,
the
thank
more
you.
you go back to it, you start ascribing more meanings. You're like, yeah, of course.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was a quadruple entendre. You know?
Yeah, I get it. I get it a lot with my drawings. A lot of people will go, "Oh, and this means this," and "Oh, and this means
Yeah.
this," and I'll just be like, "Yep, you're right."
Yeah.
And I'm like, not at all. And then
Exactly.
I find
It's
myself when
cool.
I'm explaining it to people, I'm using exactly what the person said.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
That's like the cool. I remember like going to college. I did like a whole class on literature. I mean, bunch of them. And then I would just like read a whole book and I'd have to report on it. And I'd be like, the whole book is about this. And it would just not be true at all. But in my head, that's exactly what it's about. And I was like, no, it still is. Like, that's what I think it's about. So that's what's cool about writing. It's so weird and malleable.
Yeah, I'm malleable. I mean, I gotta be honest. I know that word. I've heard it, but I don't know exactly what it means. But it's a dope word.
It's one of those words that like it kind of sounds like what it is, at least in my head. Like that's why I remember it. Like like you can mold it into, you can shape it. You can shape something.
It's malleable. Yeah, I like it. I've heard the word often, and I just
Now you know though. So now you're
and I
start
just let
using
it go by. And I go like, oh, I know that means something about what they're saying. I just don't know exactly what it is.
When I hear it, I think of Play-Doh.
What?
Yes, there you go. That's
because
perfect.
You can work it.
Oh,
that's what I think in my head too. Clay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use. That's what I'll use. The Play-Doh. I mean, it's not like I'm not. Listen, I'll be 100% honest. I'm not really chilling with a whole lot of people that are dropping malleable all that much. But
that's one of my like few. You know what I mean? I got like that. I say permeates.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's a good one.
That's
Do you
a
keep
good
some
one.
of those around? Do you keep will you keep some of those words that you hear that are dope and you're like, oh, I gotta fucking put that in my vernacular?
You know, it's funny. I was just talking to my girl like right before this, and I said I was like, something was disconcerting, and then I was like, I don't even know what that means.
You do, because you used it, right?
I knew what I thought it meant in that, and it just sounded good, and it's like I'll do that a lot with words. And be like, that word is getting across what I wanted. That's disconcerting. I was like, I really have no idea. Neither of us did, so I was kind of like, cool.
Yeah, but that's how you end up using words in your. But it is the bummer is if you're using one and it's wrong and someone calls you out on it.
Or if you say
I've done that. or like just gotten things wrong. You know what I mean? Like I have one friend, a super nerdy, smart, funny friend who will go through all my songs and find those errors.
Yeah,
I had like this like communist reference, like Leninist. I said in one of my songs, my buddy was just like, no, that's Marxist, but you said Leninist. So you're completely wrong.
And it was already recorded and on.
Oh, recorded online. I was like, all right, you keep that between us.
Yeah, but then you can just spin it. If someone brings it up, you'll be like, yeah, what I was doing was some reverse psychology on your
Yes.
end. And I suckered you right in.
And who's to say I wasn't John Leninist?
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Maybe there's a weird way it relates to John Lennon.
Well, when I was younger too, and I heard that Leninist all the time, I was always like, yeah, people love John Lennon. Like they're always referring to him about something.
his biggest fans are they're the Leninists.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, now you guys.
Yeah, the McCartneyists.
I've never heard of Leninist. I've never heard that word.
But I don't even know who I mean, I know Lenin. He was like a leader of a communist party thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was something about like spreading the wealth. You know what I mean? And then I think I said lettuce at some point. You know, like you get lost.
Yeah, it's fine. The lettuce Leninists.
The lettuce Leninists.
How about Jesse Jackson or Jesse James?
Oh man, Jesse James, like
the
cowboy
outlaw. Yeah, not the biker, not the ex.
Yeah, not the
Sandra Bullock boyfriend or husband.
Oh my God, remember him, huh? Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson's like the civil rights activist.
Yeah.
Jesse James. I mean, I'm not particularly drawn to either of them, like hardcore. I kind of like the aesthetic of the Jesse James shit. You know what I mean? But if people would call me that, like, hey, Jesse James. People didn't really ever call me Jesse Jackson. Hey, Jesse Jackson. I've never gotten
James,
that.
that whole outlaw, that aesthetic of the outlaw, the
Yeah,
Wild
like that
West
Sons of
outlaw.
Anarchy, John Wayne, weird shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm nothing like that, but I can, believe I can cosplay.
sure.
Um, I like Jesse Jackson as a person more.
Sure.
But I'm gonna go with Jesse James for the
Okay.
cool, like space cowboy shit.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you even putting the thought into it.
Of course. Oh, I love questions like this. I
So
love it.
yeah, so you are tall, right? How tall
Yeah,
are you?
I'm like 6'4.5".
You play
Some days I
basketball?
say 6'5". Yeah, absolutely. I
Oh,
got
you
this.
do
I
too?
can't. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Yeah, I got a mean black eye from playing
Oh,
Oh, you're
this
yeah.
still playing
past
some
weekend.
pickup ball. Well, you're still
Yeah,
young. You're still way young.
yeah. I'm 30, so I'm like I'm.
That's so
It's crazy
young.
though. It's like that's young in terms of life, but in basketball age, I'm an old man out there. I
Well,
get hurt every
when I
time I
was
play.
30, I mean, I was playing 4 times a week almost, and I could, and I loved it. But now
Yup.
I haven't been on the court for fucking probably 8 years now. I love
Yeah,
it.
I love it, man. I mean, I started the summer two, three times a week. I usually try to just play all summer. That's like my one season I
Play outside?
exercise outside.
Outside in
Yep.
the street?
Oh, some street
Yep.
ball. That's the ankle
Yeah,
rollers
we
for
have a
me. I
ton, a
couldn't do
ton
it.
of outdoor courts around here. So that's a good, like, I played my whole life, so that's kind of only sport I really
So it's
know how to
6'5". Can you
do.
get up on the rim too and jam it?
Oh yeah, I used to
Yeah.
be able to throw down, not even close anymore.
So
Like,
jealous.
I've seen videos of me jumping now, and it's actually like it's disconcerting.
Yeah, perfect. Hey,
Yeah.
do you ever watch those like TikTok videos or those videos of like some of those really small people just fucking bringing
Who
it
can just
down?
leap?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's so cool.
crazy.
I'm so jealous. If I could just like dedicate, I mean, like, if I could just dedicate like a portion of my week to training my legs and then just like go around to different parks and just dunk, I would just do that.
Oh yeah, no kidding. I'm 5, so I'm 5'8", and I could, without training, like I could get up and hold on to the rim. Well, I got this was 15 years ago. I bought those fucking those shoot the leaper, that make you walk on your toes and you train on them. You jump up boxes. I can't remember what they're
Yes.
called. I got them from
Yep.
one of those infomercials online. And I could get up there.
QVC.
I just could not hold the ball to jam it, but I could get
Yeah.
up there. But I always wanted to be like, I always thought it'd be so dope to be that, like, 5'3", 5'6" guy that goes out on the court and just fucking
Yeah.
slams it
It's
down.
just
Like
one of the
that's
coolest things you can do as a human
hell
being.
yeah.
Like, when I see a
That
guy dunk, I'm like, oh, that guy's cooler than me.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Right?
That or being even or like being at a show and like the guitar player of the big concert you're at goes down and they're like, "Hey, can anyone play the guitar?" And you just jump up and you fucking throw it
Yeah.
down. Like,
You're just always waiting. That would
those
be
are like
me,
the
like,
two moments that'd be so dope.
train your whole life for that shining moment. That'd be me when I was a kid at, rap shows, just being like, in my head, any minute they're gonna ask me to go up and rap. I better be ready to go. And
Did it
that's
happen?
essentially yeah, essentially in its own weird way, that's how me and Sage met.
Oh,
Wow.
dope. Yeah, I
Yep.
was gonna
I
ask
was
what the
in
trajectory was to get there to end up being with Meet and Sage
Yep.
being on Strange Famous.
I was with my buddy Jared Paul, and we were playing. I was just DJing for him out in Germany, and we were like in this food line, and I was like, "That's Sage in Germany," and I was like, "I love that guy, but I don't
Oh,
want to
that's
be that
weird.
kid, like, hey, sign
Wait, was
my
he? Sorry, I didn't mean to
underwear."
interrupt, but was he performing, or he just happened?
Yes,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, he was performing the same day, but he came to our show, and my buddy who was performing, like, he got an encore, and he didn't have any more songs, like, he did his whole set, and they're like, one more. And then Sage was right up front. He was sitting in a lawn chair, and he was like, let Jesse rap. And I was like, oh shit, okay, this is it. This is the moment.
Your shiny moment.
And I remember I had no service. There was no beats on my buddy's laptop. I was like, I do not want to just spit an acapella in front of, several hundred German people. Um, Not that it would matter.
Didn't
There's
matter what you
nothing
were
against the
saying.
Germans, but so I loaded something on my phone. It was like buffering, like, very slowly. I was like, okay, this is the end of my career then. It was a good run. You know what I mean? It wouldn't load. And then it was like an Aesop Rock instrumental. And I was like, all right, I gotta just tear this down. It's like, this is my chance here. And yeah, and then that's me and Sage talked after, and he's like, I'll check in with you in a few years and see if you're still making music. And that was it. That was the start of it.
That's pretty wild though that he came to your show, but you saw him prior to your show in line somewhere, or was it in line to your show?
It was a line. It was like a big festival. It was like a huge. I forget the name of the festival, but there was like a ton of techno. Like Chesky was performing the day before. It was like alternative rap / techno / dub.
Wow.
It was really cool. Like, I was not expecting it.
But you were DJing, right?
I was just DJing.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't rap pretty much the whole tour. Like once in a while, when we were in Slovakia, though, the same scenario happened, and the dudes who we were opening for, they're like, we got a beat, and they put on Shook Ones. So that was like a whole nother childhood dream. I was like, I get to rap over Shook Ones in Slovakia? No, that was definitely not a childhood dream. I didn't think of that as a child. So that's
the one you can flow on, right?
Yeah, easy to rap on.
Well, yeah, when you said it was an Aesop Rock instrumental, do you remember which track it was? Because I'm trying to think of like...
Of course. It was Bring Back Pluto.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... Don, don,
yeah, that's kind of good. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. How fun.
That was like the only one I had. Yeah, so those were two like pivotal moments that I was not expecting. And
that's super
they just happened.
How long after that were you grinding it out, and then Sage came along, or
pretty much exactly. Like I got back from that, and I was like, all right, now I want to start making albums, or at least working towards them, and put out like a couple EPs, like one full album, a couple music videos, and then Sage hit me up like right before the pandemic hit, like that month before. And he was like, all right, let's get to work. Told you I'd hit you up.
Was it Sage just being dope, or did you feel enough? Did you really feel like he meant that, and so it made you go like, oh fuck, I'm gonna
both.
Yeah,
I believed him 100% when he said it. When I was like that, like I could just feel it, because I could have been that. I grew up close enough to him that I could have been in his MySpace inbox every day, being like, give me a chance,
right?
Please. But I could tell he meant it, and that was, super inspiring to me too. I was like, all right.
It's so much doper to for that chance to just happen organically, rather than always like constantly hitting him up like, hey, give me a chance, give me a chance. Like it just happened, and your chance was there, and he had
exactly.
That's fucking awesome.
And then I, that was a huge part of the album too, is that I was just like, okay, if he thinks I'm good enough to be on it, if he thinks that I'm good enough to represent him and this label, and be a part of his team, with everything he's done, all the people he's worked with, I was like, then shit, I can do it. So I might as well just be confident and to make the best album I can. So he gave me a lot of, more than he knows, you know what I mean? Especially when I was younger, I was like, all right, if he did it, he thinks I can do it in some way, then I'm gonna believe in myself that I can too.
Yeah, good for you, man. That's fucking awesome. And it helps that there are people like Sage that are dope like that mean it, I mean, I guess he probably wouldn't even have approached you. Why waste his time if he didn't really? But, there might be some people like that want to just be like, oh, I'm dope, and so I could give you this chance. And
yeah. give me $250 and I'll give you this.
And I'll take your headshots.
I'll put this mixtape out that nobody will ever hear. And...
So, hey, who is the best NBA player of all time?
Of all time? I mean, I'm going to go with the conventional. Like, I have my favorites, and then I can have my non-biased who I think, and I'm going to go Jordan.
Cool.
Like that's, I think I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge Jordan like stan by any means. Like I have my favorites growing up, and I didn't watch a ton of Jordan. But my dad's a massive ball head, like even more than I am. And I just asked him. I was like, was he really that good? He's like, yeah, nobody.
Yeah, I watched him all the time, and I fucking hated him because he ruined all my chances to ever get a fucking title with my team.
Who?
From Utah, so I was a Jazz fan.
You poor guy, man.
I know, man.
Now you got Danny Ainge too.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, we just got Danny Ainge like last year or this year. Yeah, which
This
is
year?
awesome. Yeah, it's fucking
Hey,
great.
I mean, personally, I think he's a lunatic, but what he's gotten you guys for, two guys who kind of wanted out, those two dead end guys, he's gotten like 652 players,
Yeah.
and their birth rates to their children. You know what I mean? Like he has like 65 draft picks.
Right. What? So you're way involved in basketball and like you keep
Oh
up
yeah,
with? Will you watch a draft?
everything.
Like, will you watch the draft?
Oh yeah, never missed a draft. I
Oh my
watch the whole
God! Yeah,
damn
you're
thing.
all in. Fucking good
Yeah,
for you.
I watch
Awesome.
pretty much every Celtics game. At least 80% of them. Like
Okay.
I'll base my shows around games when
Well,
it gets to that point.
how about this then? Jason Tatum or Marcus Smart?
Who's better, or who do I like?
You can only pick. You can only
One
choose
to start a team.
Yep. You only get
Can
one.
they
of-
both be the same age? Like we can reverse time a little, or
Sure, we'll do that.
okay? I'm going Marcus Smart.
Okay. Well, how
Yeah.
about this one though? What about just all together, Bill Walton or Bill Russell?
Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys real quick?
Yeah.
I have no knowledge of ball sports
Balls?
or balls. But do they have fantasy basketball now?
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, it's fun.
Do you do fantasy
fun.
basketball?
I do. I love
Nice.
it. I do fantasy basketball, fantasy football, obsessively. Compulsively, obsessively. It's just a disconcerting amount.
Yeah, man. I like it. There's no doubt that I'm going to be using disconcerting quite a bit. Hey,
I have a bet to see over under how many times I can say disconcerting.
Are you a gambling man?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I just don't have enough money to really do it. If I had a good amount of money, I'd gamble every day. Yeah.
So will you? Is it like you'll play like the sports gambling or?
Yeah. Bet on football games, bet on basketball games. I'm better with basketball, but I got a lot of buddies who are super into betting
You
on
guys got a
football.
bookie out there then?
We can just bet. We can
Oh, you
bet right
can?
on our
That's
phones.
legal.
Yep.
Oh,
It's legal. You just bet on an
I
app.
didn't realize that.
Dangerous because
That
you
does
just like
sound dangerous.
throw $20 in, you lose on your parlay, and you're like, I'll just throw 20 and try and get that 20 back.
Oh yeah, I have a
You
friend
know.
that plays that Texas Hold'em online, and it's real money, and I'm like, that seems fucking crazy dangerous.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta stay away from stuff. Like I have to feel like I have at least a little bit of control, and I'm like, I
Right.
know who's playing in the game, and if I mess up, it's my fault. But with cards, I'm like, there's too much. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I like chess though.
I
that
do
has
like
nothing
chess
to do
a
with
little. Are
anything.
you good at it?
I can't tell. I really can't.
Do you ever play any masters or anything? Like
I
have you-
know. Oh, I would get destroyed. I like it's like my new hobby now. So like I have it on my phone and I like me and my buddies will meet up and play in person, but they've been kicking my ass.
Well, here's a question. You play a lot. I just play just because I like it. It's a neat, like I've done it not my whole life. I really no one to play with. But I wonder, is it possible because oh, look, I just got an audio message from AWOL1. You know what he's doing there? He's introducing you. Anyway, sorry.
That's sick.
What I'm wondering is, is it possible if you're just a complete novice to beat the masters because they're expecting certain move, they're expecting to do a certain move or something, and because you don't know that you're not supposed to like come out with your queen right away or something.
Yeah.
I've always wondered like if every once in a while.
It's probably confusing. Yeah, you might be able to throw them for a loop. You know what I mean?
Probably not for
I think
long.
about that. But I mean, I've played some people online that I could tell were really good, and I'll be like, maybe I can just sneak away with one, and then they just obliterate.
I knew you were going to do that 14 moves ago.
Yeah, I'm still kind of on that. Like I can maybe guess the next move, and but now I'm nerding out on it. I'm like on Reddit trying to.
Have you ever watched the
learn
movie
some
Searching
tricks.
for Bobby Fischer?
No, but I was gonna tell you. Ready?
Yeah.
On that song "Anchors and Apples," if you listen all the way through to the end, there's like a 10-second kind of spoken word thing at the end. It's my buddy, and it was him calling and leave. I was like, call me, leave a voicemail, or send me a voice memo of you rapping.
City never sleeps, never catch a snoring. 8 million stories, some gory, never boring. Tourists get knocked out, trying to see some stars. Smoking Lucy's with the team, riding in between the cars while we gallop on the iron horse, gliding across the rooftops. Voice sauce from the protest, fuck the blue cops. How do I express? Like an uptown A train, city gon' hit you like a runaway freight train.
And his rap name growing up was Bobby Fischer. Loves chess. And he's the one who got me into rapping when I was a kid. So I was like, I want to have him on the album, and he's like a super chess guy. But we grew up together. He lives in Paris now. I just visited him. That's where I filmed the Shakedown Street video. Was with him.
Oh, yeah, that's
in
a good
Paris.
video
My girl
too.
filmed the two of us.
In the glove, threw salt in the slug, but my left hand pepper Lou. Fuck a pedigree, I got degrees just to help you. Car blue shell proof, too sharp from hell spume. No silver spoon, shit's wooden like Jabbar days. 30 at the Barclay, hit the lot on the way out. Shakedown Street, there's options I got to weigh out. What's the payout? Tangled and blue. Never had a keen interest in the fountain of youth. Out with the new, let's go. And then with the old soul, flow rose gold from the Antiques Roadshow. No pawn dog, my star shines in the mire. Make sure you remember like earth, wind, and the fire. Real tired, but the tread's still good. Carolina bound till the engine is cooked. Rhododendrons and dragons, deciduous dual winner. Coniferous spruce grows still in the cruel winter.
No, awesome.
But yeah, cool. Weird connection shit.
It's a good movie because I mean I don't know. It's an old movie, but it's a good one.
I was getting confused with the other Fisher movie.
Fisher King?
Searching for Fisher King, and then isn't there another one like?
Oh no, I only know Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Antoine Fisher.
Oh, maybe.
I might just be making shit up, man.
Big Fish?
Possible. Big Fish.
Big Fish is good with you and
was a good
McGregor. I
one.
love that movie.
Yeah, that's a pretty picture.
That you
That's
can
a
actually,
really
like,
pretty picture.
You can go to that set in Georgia. I think it's in Georgia. If you're driving across in the middle of Georgia, and it's just kind of an abandoned set that you could just go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've been to the old Yeller set.
Well, I don't know if you can see this what I'm drawing. I just got the outline kind of figured out here.
Oh, I'm already gonna cry.
It's it's Pigeon Man. I don't watch Hey Arnold. So are you a fan of the show or something?
I love Hey Arnold. Yeah, like that was my show when I was growing up as a kid. Like that was my favorite.
Yeah. So it's for Adrian and for anyone listening. I mean, is that why the album's called Pigeon Man? I mean, there is a cool character, Pigeon Man, in the show.
Yeah, it's pretty much centered around that, and I just loved his character and his disposition and kind of like how he moved through life, and then just I like the bird metaphors and symbolism.
Yeah.
I try to like do a little bit of like I was gonna call an older album Bird Songs, and then like that's kind of like my alias or alter ego is Pigeon Man too. So I was like, I might as well use it for something.
Are you way into pigeons too?
I think so. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I don't know how much. I don't know like
You're not Mike Tyson pigeon.
No, did he bite one? No, he didn't.
No. Tyson.
Yeah, he loves them.
The homing.
No, but Tyson. Like he discovered pigeons like when he was 9 years old. It was the way like he would get bullied because he was kind of a little chubby kid, and he found pigeons and that like gave him inner peace. But yeah, there were times when he was spending like $400,000 a month to feed and take care of his pigeons. He's got a few thousand pigeons. But yeah,
I would like to have a lot of birds. Like if I could have if I was rich, I would have like a big like biodome of birds and shit. But I love cats too.
Like a full aviary. Oh
yeah,
cats are dope. I see you.
I love cats. I got 3 right now.
Oh man,
they're not in here. I'm sure they'll pop in, but
yeah, I love cats.
We're
cute. Cat people, right, Adrian? Aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
I would probably have 100 but that would just be a terrible idea.
We have 100 of them in our alley here.
Yeah, just hang out with them. A lot of poop, a lot of even 3 is a lot of poop.
It is. One is.
We just have one.
Oh my God, they just poop like crazy.
They do.
Like,
hey, let me ask you.
Luckily, we have kids.
Yeah, and so they're part
for
of
the next couple of years. They can keep scooping the poop.
It's part of one of their chore for the day.
Oh,
They have
that's
to
why
do.
I need to. That's why I need to have a kid.
Yeah.
I need to get this like cyclical work, like
So that you can keep
sustainable
up with the
living
cat.
type thing.
Yeah, well, the amount of money it costs to raise them first almost will never equal what they can do for you later.
For those short couple of years there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, like, how was your childhood? Did you
Cool.
enjoy it? Was it nice, chill?
I think it was cool. It was wild in a lot of ways and very awesome in a lot of ways
How was
too.
it wild? What do you mean?
Uh, you know, I had like childhood or teenage years or
Yeah,
all of
just
that.
kind of the whole thing, in general, just childhood, growing up as a little kid, and then even in your turbulent teenage
I
years.
had wild, my sisters who I love beyond the world and the galaxy. I had some very wild sisters, so it was a wild ride as a child. I learned everything. I mean, they were the huge hip hop heads, big stage
How
heads.
many sisters do you have?
I have two.
And they're both older than you?
Yeah, one's 9 years older and one's 15 years old, 14 years older. But so they were partiers, like deadhead kids,
Took you
like
under their wing.
oh yeah. But I mean, I love my family very, very much. My
Yeah.
dad, like me
Well,
and
I
my
can
dad
see
watch
that.
ball all the time. My mom is like a lot of love in my family.
Yeah, I could see that when I was just kind of going through your Instagram feed, and I mean, I was telling Adrian, like, I don't really do like human portraitures all that well, but
Yeah.
I was imagining you would recognize that picture. I was trying.
Yeah, man. I was like, that's the one. I was like, wow, that's the coolest shit. That's like one of my favorite pictures in the world, really
Yeah,
and
that's
truly.
cool. What's he?
Yeah.
Well, and Adrian, I don't know if she knows this, but I saw in a newspaper clipping. So your dad was like an organic gardener.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. He's had a farm not far from where we're at now. And since he was like in his 20s, and they used to, you can hear. I talk about it a little in that song Blue Dream, but like my
Well, I was
family.
going to ask you about that. That whole that's you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to say
No, yeah,
you
it's perfect.
speak a
That's
very
kinda what I was
vivid,
thinking. Yeah.
you tell a very vivid story of this upbringing. I was very intrigued by this.
Oh, I listened to this.
Yeah, and he took you out of school for you guys went up to, or you went to Florida, but then you tell this part about him picking up your mom as a hitchhiker and them staying in a yurt, or no?
Yeah.
Was it a yurt? Like,
Yes.
is that so?
Yeah.
That's pretty much, you're painting a pretty much accurate, factual picture there.
In first grade, I missed 76 days. Dad took me down to Florida, sun blazed. A little break from laboring on the farm. Shit, he worked so hard, don't know how he's moving his arms. He met mom hitchhiking in the southwest, outside of Tucson. He had a goat pet. She was singing Joni Mitchell in a dingy bar. I think she mentioned that peyote might have been involved. Anywho, they drove north to Oregon. Built a hut in the woods, not far from a pond. Then out snap pop, baby girl on. Poster child for giving kids the soap bar.
Exactly. Yeah, I've really
sounds
like I've
cool.
always wanted to do one song that kind of quickly described all of that. You know what I mean? It's stuff that I could put into a billion songs, but I always thought that was really cool. Yeah, my dad is from Rhode Island. And he hitchhiked to Arizona. My mom was hitchhiking at the same time. It was the hitchhike era. And he was just living in the middle of Arizona, out in like the desert area. He had a goat and lived in like a little yurt, and he would go to the bar and watch basketball games, and my mom was singing there one time, and and then they just kind of did the whole like hippie farmer lifestyle for a while. My sister lived in the woods with them in Oregon for years. They just like no TV, nothing, just living living off the land and living in huts and wigwams and shit like that. And
That's cool.
then they had me and chilled out, which is nice, because I think they all got the survivalist, like
Right.
natural world.
Did both
gene,
of your
not like,
sisters
give
get
me
to do
TV.
that?
Both of them did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the only one who didn't, but it's fine because I'm like I like TV. I like
They can probably forage and keep you alive.
Yes, they could. I couldn't do it. Damn, I help my dad out, when I can, but I'm just not a good. I'm not a good laborer.
So does he use tractors and things, or is he more like shovels?
Shovels, old school, everything on his own. You know what I mean? Shovels, wheelbarrows, old school tools, and just produce. No animals. There's animals like on his property, but
a regenerative
just produce.
farm, or is it a lot of acreage?
It's like just under a full acre.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty small, but able for him to maintain it on his own, really. Yep.
Yeah,
he still does it.
He's been doing his own. He's growing for himself.
He grows for restaurants.
Oh,
cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of the ones in Providence, like nicer restaurants. They use he specializes in like edible flowers.
So he's known though as
tomatoes.
he's the organic gardener guy. Yeah.
They call him the wizard. Yeah. Well, I got a bunch of friends like in the restaurant industry up in Providence, and they all call him the wizard.
That's cool.
And they probably base their menus off of what he has in season.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like microgreens, cool stuff like that. Tomatoes, everything, random shit that I've never even heard about.
Sounds like sounds like your family's pretty close, and that's cool. That's why I ask about like how the childhood was, and it was mostly from that song.
Childhood.
Yeah, sorry, childhood. But that song's fucking dope, and I love Miles' verse on it. Like it seems like you and Miles do you've done a lot of stuff together.
And it burns. I love these things. I thought that I learned trying to sing, but silence comes first. Swallow my words. My thoughts go unturned. Revert back to where it all started. I was born soft-hearted in the corner of the party with a quarter in my pocket. Polly want a saltine. I'm trying to make the ball team. Sisters puffing nicotine, screaming God loves ugly.
How did you and Miles end up?
I saw Miles was playing with Chesky in Boston. It was like Chesky and Milo when Milo was Milo at the Middle East, I think it was, and that was my first time seeing Chesky, and I was like, I gotta go up and see. I wanted to see all of them, and Miles was on stage just hitting, playing the box drum type of thing. I forget what they call it. Some kind of cajon. Yeah, I think. Who knows?
Yeah, the one.
But
on?
Yeah. I was like, that kid's cool, and he was just chilling after. He had like pink hair and shit, and I was like, who are you? And he's like, yeah, I rap too. And I was like, oh yeah, hit me up sometime. And a couple of years later, hit me up. He's like, I want to get a show in Providence. I was like, I'll book us a show together, and we just kicked it that time. And then he's like, I'll get you a show in Portland. And then we just did that for a long while, like traded back and forth, and would spend time with each other. And then ended up like, oh, let's meet in Boston for a show. So a lot of it was just bonding over booking shows with each other. And
what was, do you remember what was the first track that we'd be able to, that you both were on something together, or is there only a few?
There's like probably like 6, 7, maybe even more. We got a lot more that we haven't released yet, but I think the first one was called At Home in This World, and that's on, there's like a music video on YouTube and stuff, and it was with this group Planetary Access he was in. I think that's and we did a song called I Love You Mom. That might have been the first one. One of those two.
You guys sound good. I don't know, there's a good thing to there, and it sounds like that's my favorite track on the album. The whole, like I said, I'm not lying, the album's really good, but I really like that song. It's you guys paint a very vivid picture, and it comes out, and it sounds really well. And I don't know a whole lot about Miles, but we're having Miles on. He's on our next episode.
Nah.
There, yeah, I've been working on, because I know he goes with they, so I'm trying to. I'm working on that. It's just, I don't want to be disrespectful. I just sometimes I find it's hard for me to do.
Hey,
not hard. I just
you're working. You got it. He's there. Yeah. I apologize about. They're brilliant. Brilliant artists, and one of the best people I've met in music and outside of music too. One of my dearest friends for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, they got a lot to talk about.
What? Michael Cera or Sarah Silverman?
Oh, such a good one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Michael Cera. What did I see him in? Know what I saw him in recently, and it was so good. He was in like the reboot, not the reboot, the season 3 of Twin Peaks for like a really brief amount of time, like the one that was on Showtime.
Right, I never saw it, but
have you ever watched Twin Peaks at all?
no.
Oh, you gotta do it.
I hear a lot about.
It's my favorite.
Think I might start watching it again because I was telling my daughter that she would probably really like it. The original.
I love it.
Or are you talking about the new one?
He's in the new one, but the original, I love all of it. Like I'm to the point where I want to watch it again. That's like top 3 show ever for me. I'll go Michael Cera.
That's got Jason Bateman in it, right? No, I've never saw it. I was
you
thinking
think
Arrested
Ozark.
Development.
But Michael Cera's in Arrested Development. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking of Arrested Development because Mike Cera's in that. Okay, you go Michael Cera. Well, how about Sarah Silverman or serotonin?
In terms of which one I would want in my life?
Yeah.
Which one I'm gonna have to go for my well-being? I'm gonna have to go with serotonin. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that track. What is the song? I don't remember the name of the song is, but
serotonin. Yeah,
it's a cool use of the word.
Hoping it'll be fine, but I've been scared to see the light. Real frightened by the hype. Hydrated, trying to do the shit I like. Rode a bike, had a smoke, watch movies through the night. Still something that just doesn't feel right. Every time I fight a demon, end up covered in its bites. Search the cupboard for the sunshine pill. It's high time. You've got discomfort to kill. You know I gotta meet a
it's a cool track. I keep bringing up shit that maybe people don't even know, but here's the thing. Then they gotta go listen to it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's malleable, you know.
It's malleable. So, but we do have this new segment on the show that we're doing now. It's called A Question from Dibs.
No shit. That's sick.
Give it up, Mr. Dibs on the turntable.
Listen to more of this.
The categories you can pick which category you want, and so there's 3 categories, and that'll determine which question we get. So there's history, music, or politics.
Oh shit! And it's like a trivia.
Remember, this is Mr. Dibs.
I'm gonna go history.
History. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Scholar.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Let's hear what history.
Just because I'm curious as to what that's gonna be.
No, how about you move the pigeons out of the way, man? Get the pigeon, man. You see I'm trying to drive into the woods here. Move it. I'm looking for that, the dude. Jesse the tree. Jangle the wood bearer. I don't know. Get out of the way. I'm a human loofah. Yo, you're a human loofah. Get out of here. Anyway, what question did you pick?
You picked history.
All right, let's go with number 7 then. All right, Jeremiah. Jesse, my bad, Tyler. It's going to be like Nardwar, except absolutely no research or actual information was used. I based this strictly on a blurry picture I saw of your head, which was half cut off anyway. Part 1. It's come to my attention that in the early 70s, in a lesser-known Boston suburb called Tingleberry, you were the front man of a very influential punk rock band. Which one of these 3 punk rock bands did you sing in? Tubwater, Rape Whistle, or Dignity Hamper? Answer that, Jeremiah. Jericho, what's the answer? All right, Jesse. I gotta get back to this pigeon, man. They're crowding all around the car. And you know how that goes. This is like bird hammers. I gotta take care of it right now.
Easy. Easy.
He said you you were the lead singer in one of those bands.
Yes, it was Dignity Hamper.
Were you actually?
In the early 70s?
Oh yeah, that's just.
Oh, that was great. I need a recording of that. That was the coolest. That was great.
Yeah,
Dignity Hamper front man. Now, if I ever run into him, out there on the road. Gotta get him a Dignity hamper tee.
Oh, it'd be great.
Original pressing.
I can't remember what it was, but I was like, oh fuck! Even when I heard rape whistle, I was like, oh boy.
Oh shit! I was like, the third one's gonna be even more fucked up. I know. It's like, okay, Dignity hamper. That's it. Good way to put it.
Hey, were you ever a person that wrote on bathroom stalls?
I'm more of a reader. You know what I mean? I think I've done it. I've done it a couple times, but I like to check it out. I like to check what other people are saying.
Yeah, I'm curious about that mindset though of writing on bathroom walls. What were you going to say? You remember?
I have a picture of one on my Instagram, and it was the lyrics to this song by Jackson C. Frank. It was like, shit, I don't even know. It was from the song Blues Run the Game. It was like, and I remember that's like 2 lines from that song. And I took a picture of it and I looked it up and I found that song. And I was like, it's one of my favorite songs ever still.
That's cool. So you actually learned something other than like
poop and
mouth and call me at this number.
I think everybody cleaned up their bathroom stalls during COVID.
Really?
They've been spiffy.
Yeah, I haven't seen any writing recently.
Huh.
The stalls, but not the toilets.
Oh man, I don't know.
Stained
do
up.
they write a lot in the women's ones, Adrian?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like more of a man. I mean, I would hate to generalize, but it seems like the guys seem to want to write all kinds of shit.
Unisex one, you'll find more, but every once in a while you'll see.
Yeah.
So and so's a bitch.
I think I'd write more if I had a utensil with me. You know what I mean? Like I just don't have. I don't think to bring in a marker when I'm going pee.
What do you think? What would you go with?
I would write something confusing.
Oh yeah.
I would write something that gets you that makes you think, or something nice. You know what I mean? Something kind, maybe kind and confusing.
Right.
Yeah. God bless you. Yeah. Hope it all comes out all right.
Yeah, that's right. I think I have seen something on that line before. Like you know where they do it a lot.
Keep pushing.
Porta potties. They because we do a lot of outdoor shows, so we're often having to use porta potties, and so those you see them a lot in there.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what kind of it is a certain kind of person that has something to say though.
Yeah.
Right on a bathroom stall. Did you ever have in your elementary school? Did you ever have one of those kids that wrote on the walls with the shit?
Kids doing weird stuff and with the shit.
Yeah, we had a kid at our school that did it. We don't know exactly who did it, but we always thought I'm pretty sure I know who it was.
We had a lot of kids. We had a kid who I won't mention his name because I don't know if he's ashamed of this. It wasn't actually bad, but he used to climb the toilet pipes, and he would just go to the bathroom, and it'd be like an hour later, and he would just be all tangled up in the toilet pipes.
Oh my god!
And we'd have to go get him down.
You're in an older part of
America.
America.
Right. We don't have in Utah.
Yeah. I was in an old ass building. It was in a basement, the powdered soap. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the big fountain.
I've been in some Chicago schools, elementary schools, and I'm like, wow, these are
just lead and asbestos. And shit.
The greatest place for kids to be gathered.
Crumbling.
Yeah, my school closed that year because of lead and all weird shit in there. But that's probably why he was climbing the pipes. He was all
leaded up.
He was looking for more.
Was there ever a person that you knew growing up that was fucking super cool, like a movie character or someone that inspired you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would say a lot of my friends were like that. I think they're all cool because they're my friends, but especially my buddy I was just talking about, Bobby Fischer. He was the coolest dude in the world to me, and I wasn't really that cool in high school, but he liked me, and I thought he was the coolest dude. He was definitely the craziest.
Without any effort, cool.
Yes. He was, he was the first one, selling pot, and he used to sell candy bars in school, go around in the lunchroom and make a ton of money selling candy bars. He never even went to class, and then somehow he went to NYU. Cool. He was the one who always got me. He was the one who that was when I got in trouble, was when I was he'd always be the one we'd drink, and he'd be like, let's throw 40s. Let's see how far we can throw a 40 into oncoming traffic, or let's steal a fire extinguisher.
So my question about this breed of person is, they're not like trying to be cool or they're just that way, right?
Yeah.
What is that? What is it?
Tough.
Where does it come from?
I don't know, because you're right. Like it's effortless, and I can think of a lot of friends that I feel that way about, or I'm just like, you want to be that, but then you're like, shit, but they're not even wanting
Yeah.
to be anything. They're just cool. All the badass kids in high school, you know what I mean? Like the ones that just like couldn't be bothered. And I
Yeah.
was just so, anxious and like weird. Everything I was doing, I was like, oh God. But I think some people thought I was weird in, I think, a kind of cool way.
So that brings me to this. Do you think that we assume that that's how they are, but really inside they're also going through this inner struggle
Absolutely.
of like, fuck. Yeah,
You
I
know
don't
what
know.
it is like, and it's funny because I talk about this with my friend who I was like, he was the coolest dude. Like, as we get older, we're like, who are the actual cool kids? We're like the really fucking weird ones.
Right.
Like, those were the really cool kids. Like, the really strange, like, really couldn't be bothered, like wearing like matching sweatpant colors and just didn't give a shit, running through the hallways. You know what I mean? Like, just on a totally different planet. Those kids were cool.
Yeah, I
Those
knew
kids,
this dude his name was Crozier, and I was
Sick name.
7th grade and he was maybe 9th grade, but he fucking shaved his eyebrows off, not like to make a statement or anything. His eyebrows were shaved off, and he used to say like he was a skater, like he was fucking pretty good skater, but he'd crash and he'd go arg. Like, and I was like, who the fuck says arg? Like, that's the dopest fucking thing. So I say arg all the time now because I added it. I mean, that was 30, 40 years ago, but man, it was the dopest thing. I just remember him saying arg, and I was like, oh my God, are you a comic book character? Like, that is the dopest.
I might steal that second.
It's so great.
Third hand steal that.
Go ahead, because I'll say it, and
Shout outs to Crozier,
people
man.
going like, whoa, did you just fucking say arg? But I say it now. I don't. It's not. I worked on it for so long. It just comes out naturally. Like, I don't just go. I don't try.
You gotta check back on me in like 2 years and see
I
how my
wanna hear
arms
it.
do it. I'm gonna do it like you
pretty
said,
dope.
like stub my toe and shit.
Yeah, that's when I do it. Like, I'll do it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, my dad used to sneeze. When he'd sneeze, he'd say horse shit, and like always.
Too.
And so I picked it up since I was a kid, and I noticed my older brother, he does it too, and it's this really loud fucking like horse shit, but it doesn't sound like that's what you're trying to say. You just say it. I don't know.
You
But
get
I've
you get away with
eliminated
it. My uncle used to do big burps, and he would say Ralph while he burped. And I always thought that was
That's cool.
really cool, like Ralph. And so I try to do that if I can remember. Ralph. My grandpa, when he would like sneeze or do weird or like stub his toe or something, he would say "I could eesh," which means like fucking A in Portuguese.
Oh,
that's a good
cool.
one.
Yeah, that's good.
Or like hurt his tooth or something. I could eesh.
Yeah, that's cool. I like cool shit like that. And I like that there's cool kids that were growing up that were not trying to be cool. Unfortunately, I think this kid, he suffered from, he had a little bit of schizophrenia and stuff, but he was the cool. He fucking pierced his eyebrow too. Yeah, it was just cool shit.
So,
I like that stuff.
any kids who did that shit, like who were like way ahead of the trends and like everybody thought they were weird then.
Yeah.
Those, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and
this
now
was
everybody's doing that shit.
1980, I think, or 1985. Well, I would have been. No, fuck. I'm bad with time. I was born in 77. There's no way it was 80. I was 3-year-old hanging out with fucking Crozier.
Listening to Dignity Hamper.
Dignity Hamper. Yeah.
The Boston punk scene.
So the other thing that we do on the show are the random factoids. And so here's a random factoid for you, and it's based on pigeons. Pigeons are one of the only species to pass the mirror test. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they can
recognize themselves.
Yeah. Yeah,
How
and
cool
they also can recognize. Apparently, they can recognize the human alphabet. They can differentiate between photographs, and they can even differentiate between humans in a photograph, which is pretty cool.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I didn't know they knew the alphabet. So
Yeah.
they could like read a newspaper.
I guess so, yeah. Well, I don't know what they would do with that information.
Just because you can recognize letters doesn't mean you
That's
can read.
true. Yeah, there are a lot of people that can recognize that's a letter and that's a letter. I don't know what they fucking say, but
Imagine though, like that's a lot as a pigeon. Like you know what you look like, and you're reading the newspaper. That's just overload.
Pretty dope.
Like that's an emotional life. Like that's a lot of information to be carrying all at once.
That's
literally.
True. And not having someone to be able to explain to you what the fuck it's all about.
Yeah, like they're reading the sports paper and they're like, I guess the Jets. They're like the Jets suck again.
I think that they don't. No one needs to read to know that's going down.
I guess that's why they moved out of trees, because they knew that the overpass or the underpass, underside of the overpass was a better home.
Yeah, was.
Yeah, you're saying they're just smarter. That's why they.
Yeah, that's true. Who knows? I'm always like, I wish we knew all the shit like that animals thought about. I think that'd be so cool. I know cats are thinking about some weird shit all the time.
For sure. They're thinking about a way to fucking tear your face off. No.
Yeah.
Our cats are really kind. Sometimes. Our cats are good to us.
Yeah, my cats are really sweet. Sometimes they'll do some just weird shit though, you know what I mean? Just like, what is that about? You know, like
do you ever like find yourself like just looking, like just staring at into your cat's
all
eyes?
the time?
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
That's like one of my favorite. One of my like favorite pastimes is like getting stoned and just treating my cat. Like if my cats are in the room, just watching them, and it's like it's this whole drama. You know what I mean?
They
Like
act
it's
different when you watch them versus when you're.
Oh yeah, when the spotlight's on, like one of them's like really manic, and then one of them's really dramatic, and they both have really weird meows. Like oh my god, today's their birthday.
Oh,
swear
cool.
to God.
Happy
I just
birthday.
remembered that. Holy shit. I was gonna get him some like
cat
fish. Oh, they got a bunch. My dad grows catnip.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they
of
got
course.
unlimited catnip. Yep. So they're always high.
Our cat has a human scream, and it's fucking loud. And we have to take it on the road with us. So when we're in the hotels, like we're not supposed to have a cat, and she fucking like it's a human scream. It's like this. This is not even exaggerating. All fucking night long, because she knows we're in a new place, and she's pissed.
I think she's exploring.
Or I
She's
guess,
excited.
or yeah, you know what? Actually, because she's kind of like walking around going, check this shit out.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit. Oh, and
She could
this
be really
shit's
excited.
fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
My cat's like my cat Bernie, he'll like open his mouth really wide. He'll be like, and then just go like, that's his whole thing. And I'm like, come on.
Oh, he can't meow.
He can, because he will, but like randomly, like, but most 90% of the time he just does that. And it's so sad. And it's when he wants me to do something. And I'm like, come on. It's manipulative.
It is manipulative.
And the other one
does he get
sounds
something
like
every time he does that though?
Every time. Yeah. Every time. Even if
What
he
were you
already
saying,
ate.
the other one?
The other one has like a really like Victorian, like the snail from SpongeBob. Like he's like meow. He's like meow.
Is he a fine point Siamese?
He's a Maine Coon.
Oh, Maine.
Oh wow.
He's huge. He's fucking huge. He's like
do his Victorian do.
he's like
Do it again, I
like meow.
It's all fucking. He's all posh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an old like Victorian butler.
What's
You
his
know what I mean? His name's Dave.
I had one like that, and his name was Albert, but he was like so royal.
Yes,
I
Dave
started
is
calling him Albert.
Albert. Dave does not fit Dave at all. Dave is more
funny.
like a frat bro kind of like Dave.
does. Yeah.
Dave like saunters. His whole walk is like the ground. He's like he pities the ground. You know what I mean? Like every step is just like, ugh, I can't believe I even have to walk.
I love it.
It's like I should be carried everywhere, but also don't touch me at all.
Oh, is he that way too? Don't fucking touch me.
He'll do it, like he'll be picked up, but he like his face is just so like he'll just
Put
let
out?
you know that disgusted, never mad, but just like, ugh, who do you think you are? You know,
It's
never
great.
mad, just very like he'll just put you down with his act, with the way his mannerisms. You know,
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, it's a kind of a
but I
bummer
respect
that
it.
people don't. It's weird that there are people that just fucking hate cats.
It's the weirdest thing, man. I've always grown up with them. Always grown up
Me too.
with at least like one or two.
Me too.
And I've just always thought they were. And I love dogs too. I
Me too.
absolutely love dogs, but I think cats have a weird. There's something weird going on with humans and cats. Like I feel like I can read them and they can read me really
You know,
well, even if they don't do shit about it. But
can I tell you real quick? I think what I've kind of thought, what I figured out psychologically as far as the dog and cat thing goes. I've always loved dogs, but I've mostly loved cats, and there's always been either one in our household. But one of my pet peeves is I don't like when people try so hard for me to like them, or they're always trying. Like, they're always trying to do something for me to be like, or not just to me, but you can always tell when someone's trying all the time. And I feel like that's what dogs do. They're always trying to get you to fucking love them or do something. And cats are so very much like, bro, you can fucking dig me or not, but I'm here.
yeah, and it's almost like in a relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like dogs are like really clingy, and it's almost like a little bit of a turn off where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, like I can do whatever, and this dog still loves me so much. Where cats, like you're like, why don't you love me? Like,
Right.
who do I have to be? So you're always fighting. It's like an unrequited love with cats.
Yeah.
And then once in a while, they'll look at you in this way, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, like, do you love me?" And then and then you're like, "Wait, maybe they have no thoughts at all." And then you're like, "Oh my God, maybe they know everything about me. Maybe they're
Yeah.
disgusted by me. Maybe they are disappointed." Like if I'm just laying in bed all day and my cat's looking at me, I'm like, "I fucking know, dude. I'm fucking depressed. What are you doing?"
Yeah, what are you doing? You're laying
What
right
do you
next
do?
to me.
Chill out. Like I'm gonna get out of bed in a second.
Yeah,
You know?
that's fucking
Where dogs
great.
are like, "You're perfect. Like, don't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Yeah, let's stay here all day, you and I.
That's all you need. Don't leave. Don't leave. I'm gonna fucking ram my head into the door if you leave."
For
And Pat's
hours.
like, "Don't come back." Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like,
fucking
"I don't even know
awesome.
you."
What was your first concert or your first live show that you went to?
Oh man, I think it's a funny. I mean, I went to a lot as a kid that like my parents would kind of bring me to a lot of
Yeah,
like
those are the ones
reggae
that's what
fest.
I want to know. Your very first one that you
I
can
think it
remember.
was like maybe the Wailers.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, there's like a lot of places in Rhode Island,
That's
in the
cool.
beach towns that'll have cool reggae fests. Like maybe like that or like Ika Mouse, Yellow Man, something. My dad used to be super
Ika
into that show.
Mouse. I remember one of my first times ever getting high, and I heard that, and I was like, "What the?" It was all quiet, and all of a sudden you hear Ika Mouse.
That dude's huge. That dude's like 6'8".
Oh, is
Wow.
he?
He's
Yeah, it's weird
massive.
when you're saying he's huge. That's pretty big.
He's a big dude. And then on my own, like my first one I went to on my own, I think it was like 311, The Offspring, and fucking some other band that goes along with that.
Corn? No, was it corn too early?
Corn was
Corn,
too hard
maybe
for
it
me,
might have
11.
been like I don't even know, some sort of shit in that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then like my first one I went to one of my first rap shows was Atmosphere,
Oh, cool.
with my sister. So it was just a whole lot. And then I went all the time, forever and ever. And now it's like you gotta really drag me out of the house.
Well, now it's what you do.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, I have a show, so I don't want to go to a show because I gotta go do that on my own. That's my whole social life is my show is really. So it's like if my friends haven't seen me, I'm like, you gotta come to the show. And I'm not telling you that because I want you to support me. I'm just like, you
Right.
gotta come and we'll have a beer. And I think there's a game on, like Monday Night Football's on. I'll play my set and then we'll catch up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to listen to me. I know you're sick of this shit.
I know. It's after a while your friend, you're like, I'm not even asking you to come anymore, really.
Yeah. I'm just like, just come hang out with me. You know, like
I already
but-
know you know the songs and everything I'm gonna do.
yeah. And then other shows now it's like I have so many friends who are musicians too. So if I'm not playing a show, I'm gonna go see my friend play.
Yeah.
And then it would have to be somebody really out of this world that I would want to go, something other than me or my friend
Mm-hmm.
to push me to do that, because I'm lazy and I want to be home and playing video games and shit.
Yeah, we now that our kids are a little bit older, we can just leave them at the house. Like Adrian and I have been going to a lot of shows, a lot more shows than I used to go to.
And the kids have been going.
And the kids have been going, and we've gone to some of their shows.
Really?
And they're going to see Mother.
We went. Yeah, they're going to see Mother next week. But what was the group the guy we went and saw with Cave Town? You know this kid, Cave Town? Yeah, a little red.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
So you guys are hip then.
I don't think we are, because I was standing there going like, oh my God, I'm that old fucking guy with, here's the difference though, when you go with the kids to the concerts now, because all of us parents that have kids now, we're all helicopter parents. Like we're all standing around looking at all these other parents with their kids. like oh, you had to bring your daughter too.
It doesn't help that we have to drive 2 hours. So Mother, we're not going, but then we have to figure out what we're going to do. Cause to get to St. Louis from here, it's almost 2 hours. So we have to,
oh, damn.
It's got to be a whole day kind of thing.
We're going to just have to.
What's a fun one that you two went to?
Guar, but she hated it.
Oh no! I fell asleep.
Fell asleep at Guar, first person in history.
What was the one that we both? What was cool? It's cool to go to the shows when we know the people. Like I really enjoyed going and seeing Chesky.
I really liked DJ Abilities.
Oh, he did play.
It was really
that's
good.
Sick.
I was really.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times.
Yeah,
I would go see that.
When he was headlining it, it was Chesky and him, I didn't know that he like did like a fucking show. Like I was like, what's he gonna do? Scratch for? It was dope.
He was
whole
like
set
with the Doors and like merging it right in. I don't know the right terms, but right into this other, and it was really
doing like blends and everything. That's sick.
It was dope. It was a show.
Yeah, Chesky is like, if Chesky's anywhere within the New England radius, I'm always going to try and go see him.
He'll always put on a fucking dope show.
Always going to go see him.
No matter what. 3 people are there, he's fucking still down on his knees. Laying it out. It's the best.
We've played plenty in Rhode Island where it was me, him, and then like 2 of our friends came to watch, and I would be all like, I'm going to do a couple songs. And he'd do like an hour and a half sweating, throwing chairs.
Right.
But my sister adores him too.
That's dope.
So that's anytime he comes to a party.
Oh shit! We went and saw the show just recently, Adrian. I really liked it. It was fun, but maybe it was just the company we went with.
The morning
jacket. My morning jacket. Yeah,
they're good.
We just saw them out in an outdoor show. It was fucking good, man. It was.
They're
cool.
good.
Yeah,
they're really cool. Good. And that's just like like nice, serene music, and they can rock out too. But it's like pretty.
Speaking of
good outdoor music.
It was outdoor. It was an outdoor show too.
He reminded me a lot of Jim Morrison. He had those vibes.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, the lead dude, but he does like solo stuff too.
Yeah. Because my friend that was there, he's a big My Morning Jacket band, but he was an even bigger solo. He said the guy's solos worked really good.
Jim James. I think
they put on a great show. It was fucking cool. Yeah,
it's kind of like psychedelic too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I saw. Cool. I like going to see like Dead cover bands and shit. Grateful Dead cover bands. That's fun. My mom's a huge Deadhead, and so we used to go to like a lot of like the surviving members of the Dead, and so those are fun.
Yeah,
I used to just go tripping balls. Have my mom.
Are they?
No, my mom wouldn't be.
Right.
I would be.
Are they fish?
I hope she doesn't know.
Is she a fish fan?
Well, now she does.
Were they fish people?
No, she does. Yeah. Oh, she knows plenty. I mean, I think I've admitted it. I've reached that age where she's a peer. Oh yeah, because I was like being extremely weird the entire time and not normal.
From my mom, I'll just say it. She knew.
Really? Because I don't think I would know if my kids, if like they're 16.
I wasn't talking.
Oh yeah,
I would know.
Why are you just staring at your food?
Glued to the seat, like huge eyeballs.
I'm not tripping right now.
She's like, do you want to go and like walk around at the set break? And I was like, I'm just gonna stay right here. Can you go get me like a soda or something? I don't know. Freaking out a little. Don't go, or maybe don't go. Stay right here. But no, my sisters were big fish heads, more for the party than
Sure.
the show. But I got a bunch of friends who are diehard fish fans. They brought me. I'm like, I like going and watching, but I don't really listen on my own. But it's when they go up and party and watch fish, I'll go watch with them and
Are you an
party with them.
Oysterhead fan?
Yeah, do you like Oysterhead?
I like Oysterhead. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's sick. Yeah.
Because that's part fish,
Claypool.
Yeah, it's
Primus,
yeah, their
part
drummer is
something
no
else.
Trey. It's Trey Anastasio, Claypool,
Claypool.
and the drummer from the Police.
Yes.
Fucking, I can't remember.
I would that would be a show I would go see.
Yeah.
I would like if that
Well,
was close enough.
I'm 44, so my other friends, we're all the same age, but they just posted on their Facebook page. They've always been these big fish fans. They've gone to every fish. I've never been to a fish show, but they just posted fucking pictures of themselves. We're in our 40s. We got teenagers, but they posted pictures of themselves doing fucking nitrous.
Nitrous? Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, what are you guys, fucking 13 again?
That's the thing, man. You go for that's like me. I'm like, oh, okay. Is there gonna be some nitrous there? Get the tank. You just hear the hissing.
Yeah, the hissing sound. Well, fuck, man. That's
Wait, you didn't do trivia or the
I don't do trivia anymore. That Dibs's question took over, but I went. But I do have
trivia yesterday.
No, I didn't. No, Dibs is now taking over the trivia. The trivia one was kind of just like boring. It's fun to hear from Dibs.
Yeah, that was good.
But I do close. See,
Again.
I reset the timer so that I could get them a little more time out of it. We'd like to end the show with a final philosophical question.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
I have to ask it, or you ask it?
I'm gonna ask it.
Okay, good.
No, why don't you just ask one?
Yeah, it's like the knock. It's like that knock. It's like that knock joke. Do you know that one knock joke? It's like one of my favorites. Do you? I don't know if you know it.
The one is like.
Well, no, you have to start it.
Oh, knock.
Who's there?
Who?
I did that one day. It was just such a shitty joke. Like, it's just funny, but I did that when we were interviewing Yoni Wolf once, and I think he got offended. He was like, "Aha, I'm the dope." Like, I have this favorite knock joke that I want to share. Are you interested in hearing it?
Please.
Okay, you have to start it.
Okay, knock.
Who's there? I don't know why that makes me laugh so much.
Got him. Yeah.
I don't know why I can't remember who told me that one, but I don't know. Every time I hear it, I just laugh.
That's a good one.
I wasn't trying.
I didn't even get it, so that's even worse.
Yeah, it's fine. It's stupid.
I'm like,
it's stupid.
There's like I like the interrupting cow knock.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if I like that.
No, it's fun though.
It's cute. Yeah. If people don't know it.
The banana one, you know the banana one.
No, knock.
You say knock like about 5 times, and every time you say banana, and then they say banana.
Oh, aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
And then you say orange. Aren't you glad I didn't?
That's a classic.
Yeah,
that's a classic. I always have good jokes in my head, and then I forget them. I gotta write them down.
Yeah, me too. I gotta write everything down. I like good jokes. A good joke is all if it comes out naturally, organically.
Yeah.
I like good jokes, and I cannot.
There you go.
You other comedians can't deny.
That was like a very interesting tone and cadence there too. It's like I like.
She'll do that. She does that quite often. Sing your No Effects song, Aiden.
It's nice.
I'm always on.
Oi,
key
oi, oi.
And on beat. Okay, you guys are just slow.
Always on. We haven't caught up. It's a whole new wave, new trend.
Here's your philosophical question. Fuck. Well, I'll have to just make it up now.
Oh,
it just went out. Well, okay. Here we go. Is there ever a good secret? Is there any reason to? Are keeping secrets ever good? Fuck.
What?
I don't know. I had this thing about secrets, and I was trying to decide if it's okay. It's like sometimes you got to keep a secret.
I got one.
Okay, let's hear
it. This is something that's been.
I'm gonna write down the bathroom.
This has been something that's bothering me.
Okay.
Is it ever okay to get rid of a manual override on a dam?
Oh.
A human manual override on the software of a dam.
Is it ever okay to do it?
Should they be doing that?
Like, would I do it? What is like I'm gonna stop the dam from going through?
So if you get rid of a manual override, if there's a problem, you have to go online or into the system and try to stop it through the computer rather than going in and sending men in to stop or open the dam.
Wow, that's
This
heavy.
is happening.
Yeah,
It's happening?
Adrian just recently heard about this while we were in Portland. So
she's like, I can't get this out of my head.
I can't.
It was bothering her.
Yeah.
I mean, do people die if you send them in? Like,
no, they're in that.
Oh, okay. Shit, then fuck it.
So either you're just.
It's not like a Chernobyl thing.
It's software versus manual labor.
And so what's bothering her is that's not. So what happens when the software crashes or when power? Is that what the issue is, Adrian?
Well, what do you think, Jesse?
I think it should be good to have that on backup. You know what I mean? Like if the computer's ever totally crashed and like dams needed to keep on flowing, then I would say send my men.
Hydroelectric, they're hydropower, so
Yeah.
they're powering
Well,
the entire city.
Oh shit! Yeah, well, I'd say whatever we got to do to keep them going. I forgot how important dams were too. I haven't seen a dam in a long time. I always think of a beaver dam. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, it's okay to turn off the manual override for a beaver dam.
What are beavers using computers now? Is that...
Yeah, they've upgraded.
Is it okay?
You say it's okay.
But what do you say?
Person in there. I say keep it in there because if you
right,
have a hacker, we have hackers.
Exactly, and that's like
they can hold your whole city ransom.
Yeah,
that's
down
that convinced me even further.
Everything.
Because people are malicious and they might, you start hacking the water, then electricity comes. You gotta have a damn guy, a damn dude good to go.
Damn it.
You need a manual.
A dammer.
Overrider.
A manual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Human.
And his name's got to be Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
But not the Elizabeth Smart Emmanuel.
No. Oh, was that his
not
name?
Emmanuel David.
Was that his name? No, not that dude. Well, I think we've said it before on episodes, but we're from Utah, and Adrian used to see him out downtown in Salt Lake City.
Who was that?
Emmanuel. He's the one that kidnapped Elizabeth Smart.
No shit.
Yeah.
What happened to her? She died?
No, they sent her away. She ended up getting pregnant.
Witness protection? Oh.
No, yeah, she's writing books about the whole thing. Do you remember Elizabeth Smart? I mean, that was before.
I remember the name. I remember there's that other girl that like people were like, she disappeared, but she grew up to be Avril Lavigne, or like.
Whoa.
Maybe that's the.
I could be making that up completely. Katy Perry. They say that the little girl. I don't know, man. It was definitely not real.
The ballerina girl thing, right? Is that who you're talking
ballerina girl, Benet Ramsey.
Benet Ramsey. Jean
Ramsey.
Oh, they're saying that's Skater Girl?
No, Avril Lavigne.
No, they're saying Avril Lavigne is. I don't know who I'm saying by say. Who I'm saying by they. This is just completely not true, and I don't believe it. But they were like, yeah, Avril Lavigne is a clone
of Jean.
There's like two Avril Lavignes. That's the one I'm gonna start.
Okay, yeah, send that one out there. Speaking of cool ones, I think maybe it came from a movie, but I did know a kid this kid Kyle that just sent me a box of skulls, human skulls. But he used to say, maybe it was him, but he would say, when you'd say they, he would say, who's they? You got a mouse in your pocket? I don't know if that's from a movie, but he would say that every time. I'm like, that's the fucking coolest thing.
I got that one, and I got Arg. Carry on. I'm gonna be a whole new dude.
No, he always said, "Who's they?" Or you're right.
We?
Shit, I just tripped on that. He said it was when you'd say we. He would say, "Who's we?" You got a mouse in your pocket, not they. Sorry, yeah. Who's
shit?
We?
I like that anyways.
Yeah, who's they? You got a mouse in your pocket?
That'll confuse people even worse.
It will.
That's what you needed to do for your cat's birthday today. Just put a mouse in your pocket.
I know. That would go over great.
That'll be a fun night.
I'm sure.
It goes under the fridge. Oh.
I'm sure I would come out completely unscathed, and so
That's
would the
not a mouse. That's not the mouse.
That's not it. Hospital, traumatizing.
So man, it was awesome talking with you before we.
I had the best time.
Yeah, this is a blast. We always try to make it fun, and actually we don't try. This is just who we are as regular people. We enjoy.
You're both funny and sweet people.
Thank you. Well, what? So what's in your future? What should we know about? Obviously we're pushing Pigeon Man's fucking dope album.
Yeah.
It's we'll push that Pigeon Man. But what else is in the future? What should we know about you? How do people stay on top of what's going to be coming from you in the future?
Yeah, I would say I'm mostly on Twitter just because that's where it's the most fun and it's the silliest, and I don't have a lot of followers on there, so I can kind of hide out there and say weird shit. So I'm on Twitter a lot. I'm on Instagram. I don't really use Facebook. I have everything. You know what I mean? Music everywhere. I always try to keep everything updated. Bandcamp, Spotify, all that stuff. And then in terms of what's coming up next, definitely we'll always just working on new music. But I have a show with Blacklick and Moody Black in Denver in November, and I've never been to Colorado, so I'm pretty excited. I'm a homebody, so I mean I've been to I've been to Slovakia, but I haven't been to like a lot of places in America.
What's the name of that show? Because I think it's the exact. Because I was like, should we try to fly out there for that? But we have a show. We have a show that exact same weekend. That show.
Well, I'll have to come out. I'll have to come out closer to you all at some point. I would love to at some point do just hit a bunch of weird spots. Not that your spot's weird, but anything weird. Outside of Rhode Island is weird for me.
We're all over though.
Oh, so you have that show coming up, but are you gonna do some small touring of Pigeon Man, or are you gonna do is the album?
I think so. I'm like not in a huge rush to figure it out, but I'm gonna talk with Sage and kind of take his advice and maybe ask him or have him help me pick out some places to go. And so this is kind of like the start of it. Really, is I've never played out west before, or really I've never played not on the East Coast of America at least, and so this is my first kind of experience with that, and I'm excited because I've heard really good things about not playing in New England, where there's like people are like really into it.
And there are heads out west, man, and they fucking get down, and they. But we have been to a few recently, and I was wondering, like, man, people aren't going. Yeah, where did everybody go? Because we just went to the Homeboy Sandman with Decca, and it was in this club, and there was like 30 people, dude.
But it was wild because that's a good show.
It was going off, but yeah,
I think it'll get back to that.
Maybe it might just be a pandemic. That kind of thing.
Because I felt like that, like, for a while after, too. I was like, I think stamina, too. Like, a lot of people are like, I got to be out till that late, and then I got people getting their stamina back.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean?
And so used to just being in bed at like 6.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, for real. Yeah, because it worried me. But then we went to that other show, and that was fucking sold out.
I think it's like anything else, really. Like the way cassettes, everybody wants cassettes again. Everybody wants vinyl, CDs. I think like it's just all waves, and I think like where underground hip hop is at right now is like it's the coolest shit in the world.
Yeah,
and I think there's so many good artists, and it's like it's in a really cool renaissance, in my opinion. It's like it's always cool, but like I'm glad it's just like staying cool, and so I think that's my prediction, my future prediction.
I like it. I like to hear that.
3 to 5 years, shows are gonna be like a big, huge thing again.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm glad that that's the way you're thinking of it, because I tend to be an optimist, and I'm hopeful. But yeah, with the last couple of hip hop shows we went to, I was like, oh man,
because I think like everybody got like kind of comfortable with like everything's online and accessible. But then when everything is online and accessible, there's always going to want to be people who are ahead of the curve. Then there's going to be the kids who are like, no, going to shows is cool. and then everybody's like, "Oh
Yeah. Yeah. Stand up
that
comedy.
shit's so '90s," like
Yeah. No.
it'll be a whole
Fucking
aesthetic.
man. The cargo shorts. Like if at my age when I wear cargo shorts, I'm a fucking loser. But if you're under 30 or under 20 and wearing cargos, it's
I
dope.
was just saying the same thing the other day. I was like, I wish I didn't get rid of all my cargo shorts because I thought they were just like I thought they were corny. I was like, damn, I had some good like baggy cargo shorts.
I was about to
and now
stand up because
everybody's wearing them.
I was wearing a pair earlier today, and I thought I was still wearing them, but I'm not. But
Oh, I got like some cargo sweat shorts now with like pockets all over them. Oh, I'm always following the trends.
Everything goes in cycles.
not me. I look like a fucking 40-year-old trying to fucking follow the trends. I
get a couple more years of it, and then I gotta probably chill out.
Yeah, you can still do it. Yeah, I don't look like, oh, that guy's old and still wearing his old clothes. He's wearing a flat brim hat and trying to fucking look like he's it's kind of a bummer.
I'm still with the flat brims too, though. You know, there's some things that stay the same. You know,
Yeah.
shoes, hats, and shirts always stay the same for me.
That's
it's just
true.
mostly pant stuff.
Pants are what
You know.
need to change. Yeah, to change up. That makes the big difference.
I'm glad it's not skinnies in anymore because
Oh,
I
fuck, I
always looked
hated
like
skinnies.
a doofus in those when
Me too.
I couldn't pull them off, and now it's back. Everybody's rocking baggy again. I was like,
Yep.
thank God.
I got big,
Nothing.
thick fucking thighs, dude, and I
Yeah.
couldn't even put my legs in a fucking pair of skinny jeans.
I just got ostrich legs, so it's the same but on a different spectrum. Like me in skinny jeans looks like Slenderman shit. Like it's
you
not
look like
it's
Jack
not cool.
Skellington.
Yeah, Jack
I look like
Skellington.
I look like one of the characters that they draw in cartoons. It's like all wide up here, and then fucking like it's like fuck.
We just can't do it. You know, we just weren't blessed.
No one
Some
should be
people can
doing
do
it.
it, and you're like, but some people are like, wow. But it's, you know, you really got to nail it. And I remember my sister, like all my friends were doing it, and I got one pair. And my sisters were like, no,
Shove that right
no,
in
no,
your
no, no,
face.
no, 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 no. Like, you look terrible.
That's dope.
You
Good
look.
for her. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I was glad she'll let me know. Both of them will let me know right
That's
off the
good
bat.
though. You need someone like that to not just fucking always sell you a load of bullshit.
Yeah. And then sometimes I have to be like with other things. Like, I know, like,
Yeah.
you don't, these shoes that I have that are, you know, turquoise and pink and they look like platform shoes. I know, but
Yeah.
these are hot right now.
Yeah.
The Air Maxes from 1994. That's what's in. And I've got a pair. They're like, just wear Vans. I'm like, I already did the Vans, you know? Vans
Well,
break down quick too.
Adrian and I are married 20 years, so she fucking is there's no hesitation. If something's shit on me, she'll let me know.
I'll let you wear it for a month or two.
She'll let me know, okay, for a minute, and then she'll be like,
But
no, those are
I
fucking...
preferred that though.
Me too, I do
prefer that.
too.
Like I always ask my girl, I'm just like, you just tell me. Like,
Yeah.
because I wear a white tee 90%, like almost every day I just wear a white tee. I just recycle Hanes white tees. That's all I wear. And then but I'll try on some different pants. I'll be like, am I out of line for this? Like, just tell me. I'll put on the ones that I always wear. But are these like a little weird? Like, I don't want to get to the show, especially if I'm performing.
Oh, of
And then I'll
course.
be like,
Yeah.
fuck,
It's
I
on
shouldn't have
video.
worn these pants. I got these like weird striped pants on, and I feel weird. And then I'm like, you smoke a little, and then you're like, oh man, everybody's looking at my pants. I can't concentrate.
No, I just tried to do some
I'm very weird like that. Like I just have to admit it.
Well, and I just barely did some super baggy fucking skate pants because my nephew was rocking them, and it was like, fuck, he looked dope in them.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, fucking, what did you say, Andrew? Like, it looked shitty. Like, you were like, you look like a fucking, like, basically like a pumpkin. Like, it was just bad. Like, and I kind of put on a little bit of weight recently, but yeah, no, it was just like, it was bad all
But your nephew
around.
is tall and skinny and is like 20.
No, I know. I was just like, I remember when I
And
wore
so it
skate
worked.
jeans, that was the most comfortable time for
I
me.
can get away with the baggy ones because my legs are so long that baggy doesn't even look baggy. Like normal
Yeah.
pants look like skinny pants on me. So baggy, yeah. All my pants now, I'm just straight
Yeah.
up like
It's a good look.
Dickies
I like
pants.
it. I
You
always
know?
like baggy pants.
I
used
kind of
to-
look like looking like a weird lanky cartoon character.
You
That's
just
like my
wear,
aesthetic.
Like the normal Levi's, but probably extra long.
Yes, Levi's.
What cut do you have to? What cut do you get? 40 length?
I gotta get like the Shaquille O'Neal back to the store, get
What is the
tried
length though?
on.
Because
I
mine
usually do like
mine need to be 30.
36.
Oh yeah, because mine need to be
Yeah.
30 length. Otherwise, I'm
No,
fucking
you got to be 32.
no. My the bottom.
Yeah, I think you're probably 32.
Oh, okay. Then I'm flooding with the 30s.
Beautiful. Oh, high tide, no clams.
That's
As
right.
my grandpa would say. Yeah.
But that's it. But old fucking like grandpa, they look dope when they're flooding. Like they look
Oh,
like
that's a
that's a
look.
good look.
I'm gonna do that hardcore.
Yeah,
Yup, that's a look. I'm gonna do suspenders. But as for somebody like me, I love clothes and like shoes. I really do. I look like I've never looked at a clothing rack in my life.
This is first time shopping for clothes.
It's just like white tee and like switch off 2-3 different pants. But then swag out with the shoes. That's
I do the
that's my whole thing.
same thing. And I keep
Yep.
the same pants for like 6 years until there's
Mhm.
holes. And I
Same.
just go to the thrift shop and
You
buy
don't like to spend money on yourself.
plain. No,
That's me.
none of this. No logos. Just
I can't wear logos on anything. I'm like, it's like a weird thing for me. Literally just white tees every day. My boss today at work was like, had to take me aside and was like, I don't know where you got the idea that you can just wear a white, like, did you think that's the uniform? Because I just go into work wearing a white.
Did you think your
tee every day.
uniform was
She's like,
white
you
tee?
are a teacher. You need to be.
Well, black is good too.
I was like, I have on nice pants. Like, yeah, that looks more professional. Mine are all like,
Just go
like
black
the neck
tee.
on them is all black tee would look like, yeah, then I look like an entrepreneur or something. You know what I mean? But like white tee looks how I feel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But she was like, you need to actually wear a shirt with buttons on it. And I was like, I don't have any. Like, what do you mean? Where do you even get those? It is. So now I gotta go. I'm gonna go to the thrift store and get like some
There you
big ass. Like I'm gonna get like some South Pole. Yeah, like
Some
like that,
FUBU.
like with the crazy like eagles on them and shit, and triple XL.
South Pole. That's the
Remember that?
old- Yeah, that was the brand, not
Yup.
the TV show.
No, yeah, the brand.
That was South Park.
Yeah.
South
No,
Pole.
South Park. Yeah, I'm gonna get some South
Like
Park
Dickies.
polos.
Ben
She'll be like,
Davis.
all right, you're out. Like,
Yeah.
Get some Ben
Concerning.
Davis shirts.
Well, Ben Davis
Yeah.
was big. Are those still? They're still around. Them Ben Davis shirts with the that had the little gorilla tag
But
on
that's
it.
what South Pole was.
Oh, was it?
South Pole, Ben Davis,
Yeah.
Yup.
FUBU,
FUBU, Echo.
Echo.
Oh, yeah.
Echo, I'm telling you, give Echo like one more year. It's
Nope.
already starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah.
Echo's gonna be everybody's gonna be wearing those Echo zip ups.
Yep. I got an email from someone. They're like, "Did you know that fucking Echo took your rhino drawing and they're using it?" I was like, "Oh, fucking knew you." They got a fucking. It looks nothing like my rhino drawing, and they've been fucking. That was like original. Like,
They're like, didn't you invent rhinoceroses? Wasn't that a made up thing that you came up with? Like,
you fucking, and it looks nothing like mine.
Yeah.
Other than it's a rhinoceros.
it's a giraffe. Like, like, oh, that's okay. But I think that's gonna be hot again because it's simple.
I think so. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like college font, polo
Our kids
type
are
of thing.
Into the 90s look right now.
Yeah, our kids are definitely shopping 90s, and they're doing a lot of yeah.
Ralph Lauren, old Ralph Lauren stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like Adidas, old Nike. Like I love hats, so I'm always looking for like old hats and
Corduroy.
corduroy. I'm wearing
Corduroy,
corduroy
yeah.
pants right now.
Yeah.
Corduroy's super. I've always loved corduroy.
I bought a pair of skater corduroy pants, and I fucking tried them on, and I looked like a dumbass.
And an emerald green, no less.
The emerald green
See?
pants are not corduroy. Those are just baggy skate pants.
And have you worn them?
I'm gonna try them on in the winter.
That's the thing, man. That's me. Is like I will. You gotta. It's almost like when you go to grocery shopping, they say you should eat before you go. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
need to. I need to really take a deep introspective look at myself. Because I'll go to the store too and I'll be like, oh, those yellow corduroys,
Like,
I
dope.
gotta have them. And then I'm like, I put them on. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm not this happy. I'm not a vibrant person. Brown, gray, black, white. That's it. Green,
Yeah.
of course, but that's got to be like on my head or shoes. And green pants would have to be like a shit green. You know what I mean? Like swampy shit, depressing green is that's right up my alley. Just like looks bad. I want it to just if it's even slightly inviting, I'm like, no. You know what I mean? Like a nice forest screen. Forget it. It's got to look like shit.
And it seems like that was the philosophical ending question, was about what clothing is the one that actually like that makes the big difference. And it's like it's pants.
It's pants. Swear by it. Pants, shorts, whatever's covering
your legs,
the leg portion of your body.
That
shorts
makes the
too.
big difference.
Shorts are tough.
Yeah, they are. Oh yeah, shorts are tough.
Man. And you know that too.
That's why
Both of
those
us.
fucking the cargo shorts, those baggy they were the best. Like when those were the thing. Yeah,
and they ran us out of town with those.
I know, they certainly
They were like
did.
not cool anymore. And I loved having those extra pockets. I have a pair of, like I told you, I have some Nike sweat shorts with all these, and I'm like putting my wallet in some, because then you're not wearing the two short pockets and you got your wallet and your keys and your phone, and it's all boxy and you look like you're fucking bloated and shit, or some weird thing growing in your pants, like, or your butt's all sticking out because you have your big ass phone, and then there's a bunch of change in your wallet, and it's just all.
My best shorts that I have they're the most comfortable. They're thick around the thighs, but they only have one back pocket, and that means my fucking wallet and my phone and my bandana all have to fit in it, and it sucks ass.
Well, guess what, guys? Many girls' pants have zero.
Yeah, look at us complaining.
I know.
Zero pockets.
I forgot. Yup, that's true. That's so fucked up.
It is
that's
fucked
just,
up. It's
like,
even more fucked
why?
up that like women's pants and clothing are so fucking expensive. Like we'll go shopping and like I can get a pair of shorts for like $12.
You get like some Spalding basketball shorts at Marshall's.
I just go to the thrift
They're
store.
like $3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good.
That's
thrift
it. I'll just you go to TJ Maxx. You know what I mean? They're just like here's a bunch of men's clothes for 35 cents. Like Adidas basketball shorts, Burlington Coat Factory, shit like that.
Well,
so you gotta get the fines.
Maybe the point is that men are just don't have fucking. We just no matter what, we think we have good taste, but we just don't.
We don't, man. We don't. Like it's all in our heads too. Like I think I do, and then people be like, you have dressed the same since you were 17. And I'm like, yeah, but I have all these clothes. I just don't want to wear them because I don't want to feel weird when I leave the house. So I'm wearing this shirt I wore the last time you saw me.
I've had the same goatee since I was in 9th grade.
Yeah. If I could grow facial hair, I can get like, all I can get is a little stash. But it's like, if I could get a big old thing, forget it.
Well, all right. We'll leave it at the
pants.
Clothing,
pants.
the pants. Yeah. Here's what's great. I'll close it out with you with the greatest thing about Strange Famous is everyone that we ever talked to was Strange Famous. I don't know. There's some sort of kismet thing there. I don't know. It's just it's always good. I mean, almost all of pretty much every guest we've had on it's always fun like this, but. I don't know. We had the same great laughs with Mopes. We had the same, like it's just
maybe Sage.
We're a bunch of weirdos.
Judge of character.
Sage is just a good judge of character.
He's like what we were talking about with the cool kid, weird kid thing.
Yeah,
he finds I'm definitely a weirdo.
Yeah, he was the very first person to do this podcast. Fucking a year and a half ago, he was the very first one to say, "Yep, I'll do it." Yeah,
yeah. They're all. I agree though. It's just all. Just very human people, you know what I mean? No ego.
I can feel my cheeks hurt. But our discussion with Cast 1 too, I was fucking laughing so hard.
He's one of the funniest dudes in the fucking world, man.
And he was telling us the story of him peeing his pants because of Freddy Krueger.
So in the bathroom, there was this like brown crayon that was just like a swipe of a crayon. And to me, I was like, that is Freddy Krueger's hand, and I will never go into that bathroom. So every single day, and I am not joking, every single day I would sit and I would have to pee, and I would hold it for so long, and then at some point I would be like, I'm doing it, and then I would pee right there in my chair every day.
Oh, shit.
every single day, and then there's a school picture of me like wearing like acid wash jeans, and I'm standing in the front and I have literal piss the whole length of my leg. So I don't know if like teachers didn't realize that I was peeing on myself because of the acid wash jeans.
You're saying not like just a little bit of pee came out like you.
Bro, I emptied the bladder. I did.
I couldn't fucking stop laughing.
He like, when I was in a text thread with him, like we had a bunch of us in a text thread, and I was like, I didn't have his number saved. I was like, this dude is crazy funny. And he has that weird, like really nasty, dark, creepy sense of humor that I love. And then once you hear somebody else talking like that, like, you know, just immature but well thought out, strange humor. And I'm like, yes, this dude's a fucking weirdo. I can say weird shit to him. Great.
Yeah. And he doesn't care either.
Dude.
Like he's like, fuck you don't like it. That's your problem.
That's like one of the only reasons I log on Facebook some days, because I'm like, I know this dude said something fucking crazy
did.
on there.
He did.
3-paragraph type of shit, you know. I love it.
Well, it was so awesome having you on. We're going to be chatting with Miles tomorrow, so your name's going to come up. Your name comes up in a Sophie's Choice. So,
sick.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I had so much fun. Truly, like this made my day. I'm really looking forward to hanging with the both of you one of these days at a show.
Whenever we're ever crossing paths, it's my number one thing. Anyone that's been on the show. If I see anyone that's been like and they're gonna be somewhere near, we'll fucking show up there. If
we happen to be in the colony, the only colony left, New England.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to bounce around to see a lot of people for that.
We'll get some wine. We'll get some wine and shoot the shit, and that'll be that.
It'll be nice. Yeah, we're looking forward to have an opportunity to meet or like talk to you in person. So
me too. Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
Great to meet you, and thanks so much for rocking that pic too. I can't wait. That's
for sure.
The coolest shit in the world to me. Really, that's awesome.
All right,
Sounds
man.
great. Thank you both so much.
Okay. Have a good night tonight.
Bye.
Okay.
You too. Talk soon.
I got a story to tell. Morning glory hard shining through the poisonous cells. Church bells harmonizing with the chorus in hell. The amorphous souls drift through a...
Well, that was good. That was how those, you can tell right off the first few sentences. You got to use the restroom?
No, it's cold in here.
It is really cold in here.
I keep rubbing my nose to get it warm.
Yeah, it's really cold. No, that was awesome. I'm not wrong about that, right? Like it seems like all the cats that come out of Strange Famous, we have fun laughs with.
Hey, here's the reality with me. Can you hear me? I'm not in front of the mic, but the reality with me is I don't really look forward to talking to anybody.
That's true.
Period.
And that's not a knock to anyone. That's just how you are.
No, that's just me. So I'm like, oh, we're talking to people again.
But then you have fun.
Just, do whatever it is that I do, but I generally don't not like anybody.
You generally don't not like anybody? Or you generally don't like people?
No, I don't like the idea of people or talking to them. But then when we get talking to them, I don't mind it.
Yeah. Do you think that you'll ever get to a point where you remember that?
No, I don't like the setup. I don't like having to do it. But if like I walk up on somebody and they're having a conversation, this is my whole life though. They're having a conversation and I can stand by and like chime in on occasion. All my friends are by proxy. You, my brother, you all made the friends. I never really had friends per se. Like I made a few. So I would walk in, chime in a little, enjoy the conversation as a whole, and then get out.
Do you think that that's why a lot of people, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people are like look forward to you getting involved in a conversation? They're wondering what you're like, what you've got to say about it, or they're like excited for that. Did you know that? Are you aware of that?
No.
You remember like people would be that way with Gabe and with Oz Dudes? That those are people that we know.
I don't remember that.
They were always so quiet that people are always like, the girls always liked them. These are friends of mine. They were so quiet and mysterious. People always wanted to hear from them. But you're not quiet and mysterious. You just don't like to get into you don't like the setup of a conversation. But once the conversation's going, I always defer. I want to defer to you because you know things. You're just smarter with things.
So I guess my point is that I don't necessarily ever want to come in here and do this podcast and talk to any of these people.
Every time before we're going in.
Once we get talking to them, it's fine. Yeah. And they have all been. I don't think I can name. Maybe there was one guy who I didn't really understand.
Now everyone's wondering who that is. I'm wondering, but I think I might know. You don't have to call them out.
No, I won't. It was just a lot of sports. We'll just say that. And I just couldn't relate, I think, was all.
We just did a lot of sports.
It was early.
Oh, okay. Because we just did a lot of sports.
Oh, I know, but I can zone out on when you
guys I think sports. I know you. It wasn't that kind of sport.
Person, right. A sporty spice. But no, everybody who we've talked to has always been really cool.
Yeah.
Including Jesse the Tree.
Yeah, that was a really fun conversation. We'll wrap it up here.
And I had a correction. Elizabeth Smart's abductor.
Oh, it wasn't Emmanuel.
He called himself Emmanuel, but his name was Brian David Mitchell.
Oh, that's right, Brian David Mitchell. And then I have a correction. I don't know what it was. But, yeah, okay. Oh, I was going to say, just going on what you just said. Before every time we're getting out here to record, you're on edge.
I know, that's why I wasn't very friendly today. I had a busy day. And then I was just like, not ready to talk. I'm not a big talker.
No.
Except for once you get me going on this, I guess I can't shut up.
That's not true. You're with... I fucking talk.
You do.
Yeah. And so it's a good team.
Okay. Well, it's been good. It's been a long one, so.
Was it a long one?
Thank you, everybody.
We started talking about clothes there. Yeah, that was fun though. Thanks, Jesse. That was a fun conversation. I was laughing a lot, and it was a very nice conversation. So thank you.
DOD 45.
Thank you for joining in on yet another episode of DOD 45. Please hit the subscribe or follow button so that you never miss an episode. You can even go one step further by leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts to help other interesting people like yourself find our podcast. You can find me at Art by Ty on all the socials or at artbyty.com. If you'd like to follow this podcast on social media, we are at DOD45W on Instagram, or you can go over to our website, DOD45.com, where you can shoot us an email, join our mailing list, and watch all of our past episodes. Thanks for joining us. Peace.